Welcome back to Two Dykes, Two Mics. Ellie is... Right, there he is. Guess who we've got on? You'll never guess.
Sorry, where did I put?
What have you got? What is it?
It was a remote.
Oh, that's alright. It's gone.
I can't reach it. I'm sweating. Oh, right, sorry.
All good? Anything else going on? You want to do anything else?
That was like perfect timing as well. Okay.
Elle's not here. She was here, but she's had to go to the hospital. It's nothing serious. She's just a drama queen, but it does mean that I've got to do this on my own. This summer, obviously, season 2 of I Kissed a Girl came out, and we've got our first guest from the show. First guest, maybe. I don't know. Usually it's best till last.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got the weaker ones on first. We got the less popular ones on first, and then we're going to get to the ones you guys love later on. But we've got Almayra and Elisha.
Hello.
Welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having us.
How's it been since coming out? Let's just talk about that quick. Has it been like as scary as you thought, as overwhelming as you thought?
I feel like I was already prepping myself for like the worst outcome.
Because it was delayed, no?
Yeah, so we had no idea when it was coming out. We didn't get a lot of notice either to do it.
No, we literally found out pretty much when everyone else found out.
Right, fine.
Like, yeah, so we didn't.
You weren't even in the original lineup, were you? So
No.
you weren't announced
No.
till a little bit later.
So like, and the thing is that added time was, I think, what was making us build more on our anxious thoughts and stuff like that. It was like, we were already waiting till May, and then it got to May, and we're like, oh.
Yeah, we all literally mentally prepared for it to come out in May. So I was like, right, like this gonna happen. And then when they're like, oh no, it's actually delayed, and it was originally delayed a little bit longer, wasn't it? When it did come out.
Yeah.
And then like literally our brains were like spiraling when we were all went, oh my god.
Yeah, because we reached out in Jan and we were told, like, to you guys to get you on. And obviously the BBC was like, shut that down. And we were told it was coming out in May.
Yeah.
But obviously we weren't in contact with the BBC after we had that conversation. So when May came around, we were like, oh, where is it? It's not coming out. And then obviously it was like, oh, I Kissed a Girl's been decommissioned. And it was like, well, we hope it's still coming out, like the series.
They didn't really make it clear. Like, a lot of people thought that meant it's cancelled.
Yeah, we didn't even know if it was going to come out.
Yeah.
You guys didn't get the last episode, did you? You didn't get the reunion back in London.
I'm really mad that there's no reunion. I know everyone's literally like, oh my god, let there be reunion. But I'm like, I choose peace, love and harmony to the world.
Me personally, I really wanted a reunion. I feel like that
would have
been juicy. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be juicy.
Do you think it was juicier this? Did you guys watch season 1?
Yeah.
Who do you think it was juicier then or now?
No.
Yeah, I think this one was really focused on drama, to be honest. Like at least the first 6 episodes was really dramatized.
Yeah.
I'd say. So there was more of
that. And everyone thought, like, when we watched, obviously, all of us that went in for season 2, we already watched season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And like, obviously it was like really wholesome, like a lot of like proper deep like stories and stuff, wasn't there, and conversations. Obviously we went on like wanting to represent that, and there was so many wholesome conversations, so many. And obviously everyone that watches it, they're like, that's all it was drama, like, do you all hate each other, like, but there was such wholesome conversations where they just were
I think that's what I loved about season 1. We all did, because it was very like wholesome conversations, but it was conversations that I needed, and we were very much having those conversations, but they didn't show any of those really until like later. I think from episode 7 onwards was when they started to like go the keeper.
There were some crazy points though. I had to watch it all ahead of this, but I had to watch it in like 2 days, so it was like probably more than my mum for a bit. And there was some juicy bits. There were some bits where I was like, fuck, I wouldn't have done that. But then I also don't know how it was edited. Because, like, do you know, like, the whole Ebony getting in Imogen's bed and things like that? Like, in my head, I'm like, was it really that clear cut? Like, it doesn't... I don't know. Like,
I don't remember that being a big thing. Obviously, when you watch it, that was quite a big moment. Of it. But, like, I don't remember... Oh, we were there.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
You weren't invited to the
I was chilling in my room, so...
Yeah, I don't remember it being that big of a thing, but I was literally away with the fairies the whole time. Like, I was just like, oh, mama. Even I watched it back and I saw the drama. Like, there was didn't you kiss someone in challenge?
Yeah, and
I
at least
think
it doesn't remember. Like, she does remember me kissing Lindsay, in the challenge, like the apples challenge.
Oh
And she was like, "You did that?" I was like,
Someone chose you to do that, wasn't it?
Yeah, Renee chose me.
Renee chose you to do that.
I didn't even know, because I think that every challenge, when you see me at the lineup, that's all I'm doing is I'm shitting myself if I'm next. So do you know, like when you're in a classroom and there's like you're like the teacher's looking for someone to like pick and you're literally shitting yourself.
Yeah.
I was literally like that.
The entire time you're like looking into like the floor. Just
I wouldn't give Daddy eye contact. I'll tell her, do not pick me. And she'd go, first up, Elisha.
It's the same with like also when like Flavia would come in with the letters, she just wouldn't look at Flavia because she didn't want to get given a
It's
letter.
literally in the final when obviously like the filming was like wrapped. Flavia literally turned to me. She's like, "Are you literally petrified of me?" And I was like, "No, like I was scared of you in there because I didn't want you to talk to me because I was like, I was doing something wrong." So I just wouldn't give her any eye contact.
So how long were you in there for?
Like 2.5 weeks, I think. Yeah, it was just
17 days.
Yeah, it was. Ooh, wow. I did not know the concept of time there.
That's not a long time though. Like to form a connection,
Yeah.
to become official, it's not a long time.
No, but in there, doesn't one day literally feel like, oh,
Yeah,
And you're
it's
with
so
them the whole
intense.
time. You're like living with someone.
Yeah, it's like a social experiment. Like just live with random people.
Yeah.
And then you always have to talk about your feelings.
Yeah,
like,
it's
always.
honestly, it's like an out of body experience because you don't have your phone. You can't like, obviously if I like speak to someone on the outside and I'm like, I'll ask my friends what you think. I'll ask my parents, my family. Be like, oh, what do you think?
You also can't decompress.
Yeah,
You don't have time away. You don't have. I can imagine that being, and I don't think you know someone till you live with them, but you kind of skip that part.
Yeah.
so you skip every level of like you just reach like a level of comfort. So like,
And like it literally from the jump, your first thing you got to do is just kiss someone random. So you already skip like a lot, any of that, like just chatting, getting to know them. So
What I found interesting about your journey is going in a bit later. I think a lot of people locked off quite early, in the sense of like they weren't exploring too many places. You see it with like I spoke to Josie and she said like she went in there and she spoke to everyone and whatever else. You seemed very relaxed and chill. Like most people go in there and they're like, right, I've come in late. I need to try and do something to make an impact. You kind of came in and was like, oh, just all right, sweet, and somehow ended up with like 3 options anyway.
yeah, no, I wasn't stressing because I knew I was coming in a day in. So I was like, it's not like everyone's going to be locked off. Hopefully not. I understand that, in the lesbian world, everyone's moving mad quick. But I was like, it's not going to be like that. Surely not.
Yeah.
And I knew I was coming in with people as well. And I don't know. I was trying to just be present in the moment. And if someone wants to talk to me,
You seem the most relaxed.
Yeah.
From viewing,
Yeah.
like from a viewer's perspective, you seem the most relaxed out of everyone.
Yeah, I just feel like it's not really in my character to like just be trying to like flirt with people, and I'm very, if it happened, it happened. That's how I normally am with it.
Right, so a little bit of background. What were you guys doing before the show?
what was I doing before the show? Oh, I just finished a degree in forensics. So I lived in Bournemouth for 4 years, and then by the time I went on ICAG, I was just moving home and then about to start my master's degree.
Why did you have to put that on hold?
Yeah, so we got back in like October, so I think I missed like the first like week or something of uni, but no, it was just like the introduction week.
Okay.
Yeah, academic role.
Yeah. Good. I'm doing acting, and I was doing acting. That's pretty much all I do. Like me and my sister, we have an agent. She kind of just reaches out to us when we have auditions, but other than that, like we'll be focusing on anything creative. So we were trying to learn how to DJ, and we've been doing that. So that's one thing we've been doing. But yeah, we're very much in the creative side of things. So just writing scripts, writing poems, whatever. That's just pretty much what I do.
Sweet. So a nice platform to launch off as well.
Yeah.
Off the back of this, nice. So are you guys gonna go back to that? What's the plan now?
Yeah, I'm still doing acting. Like,
I mean, this is creative.
Yeah, this is
In a way, in a roundabout way.
absolutely. I mean, me and my sister like want to get into streaming and stuff like that. So
So fun, man.
There's
I'm
just-
just
And they
doing
would
it.
smash it. Like,
Yeah,
mad are
man.
just such like.
It's not as hard as you think either.
no, it's not.
It's not. It's quite accessible.
Yeah, it's we already have all these ideas, like schedules to do, like, so we've planned a lot for it. But it's just me and Manu, like, we just need to live life but record it, and that's gonna make whatever we want to. We can make whatever we want from it, and it's just fun. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Oh, Pat. And yeah, it probably would. Like, I haven't done like I was like, I haven't done 5 years of education for nothing. So I feel like I will use my degree. But I don't really know what I want to go into yet because I graduate from my master's in December. Probably will do a PhD as well because I feel like it's got to get out the way. So yeah, I probably would go down the career route.
So when you did go on the show, what lies did you have to tell to disappear? I mean, 17 days, I feel like I could go off grid and people wouldn't. It's not like 4 months, but did you have to tell any lies? Who did you tell?
I told my closest friends that see me every day, basically.
Yeah,
so
so
they
like,
knew.
report you.
Yeah, like I was just like, yeah. They're like, where? No, they knew because I knew they. Then they had find my iPhone, and they know where I'm at all the time, and they're like, what are you doing in Italy? So yeah, but anyone who I kind of see here and there, I just told them if they really were curious, I'm like, I'm going on solo traveling for a retreat. I just make up some lie like that, but I can kind of go silent and not be on my phone, and no one would clock because I'm really bad at texting anyways. So it's not like anyone notices that I've disappeared, really.
Yeah, overly fun anyway. I told my friends, my family. So like
and half of Wales.
I basically shouted from the
I basically went on like the Welsh news and basically
no, but like all of the people who who would notice that I would disappear, like I told, like all my friends are straight, like most of them, so like they didn't even know what the show was. So I was like, I'm just going like to Italy, just like
I was so strict. I did not tell. I didn't want to tell anybody. Really? I was like very.
My
strict.
mum was telling us. It's so funny because like I've spoke to like pretty much all the cast, and like when I was speaking to you guys, some of you guys were like, "Yeah, I haven't told us so," and then the other one was like, "Mate, I told the dentist, I told the shopkeeper." Like
my mother was literally like in Little Shortbridge, like, "Oh, my daughter should go into Italy. We don't even know." My mum stopped everyone. So basically a whole hometown there.
That's like
all the way.
well, my friends were like the ones that found out because I started off with only maybe 5 people knowing, and then by the time the show had like before it was coming out, I think I got like 40 messages like, "Oh, I can't wait to see it." I'm like, "What do you mean? You're not supposed to know about it." So people, like my friends, I think got too excited and just started yelling it.
Yeah, and for like strangers, because like I used to be like a repostaholic on my TikTok. I'd always repost stuff, so like I like soft launched that I was like not going to be active. So like weeks before, just in case I went on, I deleted like all of my reposts, so people wouldn't think it was like a shock, like randomly not reposting for like a month. I thought,
would you not want to schedule some posts?
No, like
see if that was me, I would have just like scheduled some posts on Instagram.
Yeah,
smart. I didn't miss do that.
Yeah. Beauty, not brains. So obviously you guys are feeling confident on screen. What would you say to anyone that isn't so confident in themselves, their sexuality, and that watching this?
You
don't.
I don't know. I feel like for example, going on the show, it can seem like it's something that's like I'm fearless in that, and but I very much was scared. Like that was something I was scared to do, but I think it was more of like it was a step-by-step process. Like it was something that I knew I had to do for like a younger version of me or someone else who can like relate to me, and I wanted to be. Growing up, I didn't really see any queer Muslims, and I was like, this is my only opportunity that I could possibly like show that. And whether it's, me being on screen for just like 2 seconds and then they get that representation, I knew I had to do it. And it was kind of like a push for myself, and I'm glad I did it. But I would never I think it takes time to get to a point where you feel very confident in yourself. It's taken me like many, many years to feel any confidence in talking about, my sexuality openly, and like also talking about my religion with that. It's taken me long, but I think, I think my support system around me and taking just follow, staying at my pace. You don't need to rush yourself. I don't think coming out or anything like that, or, being all this confident is anything that you need to rush. It's not really a race. You just have to, you just take your time with it. Make sure you're safe. Always keep safety first, and your peace and stuff like that. And you come out when you feel like you're ready, and you've got a community backing you anyway. So
there will be a lot of people watching it that relate to that. And also, as you say, being Muslim, there hasn't been a lot of representation at all. There will be people that watch that. We get tons of messages. That's why I wanted to ask you guys. We get tons of messages from like really like quite young people that are like, I wish that I could have you know, look to this.
You're so good. No, but I was.
What she said.
I told
Yeah, what
you,
she
see Danny Minogue.
No, what I was gonna say was, I think with the confidence, I think like you fake it till you make it. Like none, I don't think any of us went on being like, I'm this like confident, like, you know, like everything's gonna be fine. Like I think we all were shitting ourselves, and I think like you do fake it till you make it. And I think like going on and obviously seeing how important the show, like the representation, I think that like what you said, like a lot of like young people like what, and what you said, like young people watching, I think hopefully like watching us on the show makes people feel more confident in themselves. Because like the young queers I've had, like, oh, it honestly breaks my heart, and they're like, I'm not out yet, but like, you know, seeing someone so girly and like being so confident in their sexuality, like it makes, you know, I feel like confident enough to come out. So I hope like that's why we need to keep like I Kissed a Girl, because the representation just
That's
everything.
representation matters so much.
So
Sounds
such
like
a wide variety of queers where someone can see themselves on the screen and see someone like doing things they couldn't imagine do it, and it kind of like inspires them then to be like, oh well, I can do it. If they can, I can.
It's also seeing to believe. Like growing up, I didn't see anyone mask on screen, so it was like, you know, it was like, can I do this type thing? Like I remember feeling like guilty for shopping in the boys section or different. On like growing up, I was genuinely convinced that if I wanted to be with a girl, I had to be a boy. Like I remember when I was younger being like, it's fine, I'll just run away one day, I'll pretend I'm a boy just so I can have a girlfriend, because I didn't see anyone on TV or anything that was like gay. But only when I was like, oh shit, that's an option. Oh, that makes it so much easier for me. I don't have to like create a new life. So
I realize it's okay to exist as you are. You don't fit what the societal norm is and stuff like that.
What was your, if you don't mind me asking, what was your journey's been like coming out?
I don't really have an emotional coming out story. It doesn't have to be. I spoke about this on I did like a panel in Swansea, and I first realised I like girls when like, do you know, like when I was in school, like going up to secondary school, I remember all of the girls being like, oh my god, the boys in the year above, like they're so fit, and I was like, I don't feel that, and I was like, what's wrong with me? And then obviously went through school, I was very, very shy, and then it got to maybe, it was in like lockdown, I broke up with my boyfriend, and I was like, I'm gonna go on Tinder, and I set it to girls, and I felt like this is like such a big secret. And then I met up with this girl. She came over to my flat. She didn't leave for like 2 weeks.
Oh,
it was like you ran straight. It was like it was straight U-Haul, and it got to a point where my dad, literally, I lived obviously with my parents. I went into my dad and I said, hi dad, just so you know, I like girls. I have got a girl in my bed, and like we never speak about it again. And my dad was like, okay, that's fine. And then we never spoke about it again.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And my friends, they were really accepting as well. They obviously didn't expect it, because like I was so shy and nothing about me gave them like I would have liked girls. So they obviously were shocked, but like they've been so supportive. Like they literally,
You weren't scared? Like to tell people?
I think I obviously told my close friends. I think I got drunk one night and just like blurted it out. It was like one of those. And then I think going to uni like helped my confidence a lot, because I moved out of my hometown, and then I was really open about it when I moved away. So then, because I obviously spent 4 years then, I moved straight to Bournemouth, and obviously like formed my own identity. I became really comfortable with it, and then going home, it didn't feel as like overwhelming and didn't feel as scary. Yeah, that makes sense or not?
It does. It made a lot of sense.
Okay, I was very in denial for I just didn't think I was queer in any way, but I've always, like growing up, I've always dressed masculine. And I remember, I think it was like from year 9 onwards, my mum every year would come up to me and just be like, hey, gay. And I'm like, no, mom. I was like, just because I dress masculine doesn't mean I'm gay. And I was just so offended by her asking that question. And then I think it was in year 11 when I went to a party, and there was this girl there, and she's the only, like at the time, her and her girlfriend were the only queer people that I knew. And I like talked to her, and I was asking her all these questions, and I was like, how do you know like girls? And that should have just been like one of the signs.
I bet they were sitting there thinking.
Yeah. And I ended up kissing a girl at that party. And I went home. No, like no, there was a gay girl there, so I ended up kissing a gay girl at the party.
Sorry.
I think I was 16.
Okay.
15 maybe, 16, 15. And I went home, I didn't tell nobody. Like after that kiss, I ran away. I ran straight into a taxi, went home, and I was like, oh my God. And I like laid in bed for like 3 nights, and I was just like, I think I like girls. Like I really liked that kiss. Like, it made me feel so like happy and giddy. And I've kissed guys before.
I was literally like that.
I was so happy. And then I told my sister, but she was having a conversation with my mate, and they weren't listening to me. I was just telling them like about my night. And then I was like, yeah, so I think I'm gay. And then they both snapped their heads and they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I think I like, but I was like, only like one girl though. Like, I was like, I think I'm going to get one person. And then I ended up telling that girl, and we ended up getting into a relationship. But I didn't come out to my mum until a year later.
Shit. So you have to keep that really.
Yeah, I just like because she'd always come over, but my mum I think was suspicious, but never asked. Yeah, and she walked into the room one day. And I was like with this girl, and we were just cuddling, watching a movie. She came in and then left again. And as soon as she left, I was like, she knows. And the girl was like, how do you know? I was like, because I don't cuddle with my friends. Like, and my mum knows that I don't do this. So that day that she left, and then my mum came into the kitchen and she was like, Myra. I was like, oh, I know you're going to ask. And she asked me, and I was just like, yeah, that's my girlfriend. And then, yeah, we just had like a really cute conversation about it. And then, yeah.
I like that. I think people always, sometimes I feel like people have a guilt when it's not bad. Like people feel like, oh, people usually struggle with this, but mine, it doesn't have to always be bad. It's, you know, times are changing and people are accepting.
I think I'm very like grateful to have had such a easy coming out story. Like I was very scared, don't get me wrong, and it was like I kept it secret when I was at school. Like only that girl knew, and then I didn't come out until I was 18, like out to everyone else. But everyone around me who I knew I wanted them to know, they were very supportive, and I'm very grateful for that. Very, very grateful for that.
It's funny being masked as well, because like usually you're the last one to realise it.
Yeah.
Like I was like my family, like when I told my mom, I was like up in my room, like bigging myself up, like, oh, I'm gonna go break the news to her. You know, this is like, what if she don't do this, what if she don't do this? And she was ironing the clothes, and I was like, Mom, I got something to tell you. She was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm getting. She's like, all right, pass me the water. And I was like, no, like I've just been upstairs prepping this, like I'm gay. She was like, Rose, have you looked in the mirror? Like you're obviously gay. Like I'm not quite sure what you want me to say. And like my nan was like, yeah, you used to wear Bob the Builder instead of princesses when you were like 3. Like I know, like
Same we all.
Yeah, like I get it. Time of it. When I came out to my boyfriend at the time, he was like, that makes so much sense. And he was like, wow, I feel so thick now. And I was like, yeah, that is.
Did you know you liked girls quite early on, so in your relationship?
So I got with my boyfriend when I was 5, right? And then we didn't split till I was 16. So we did like 11 years together. Obviously we were children. Yeah, we did a lot of like formative years together.
Yeah.
And I loved him. He's still a very close friend of mine. I'm very close to him and his fiance. And because I loved him so much, I was like, I can't be gay. I love him so much. And I never looked elsewhere because I was in a relationship. And then halfway through year 11, the penny dropped. But he was a stress head. Exams were coming up, and there was a lot of people in the year. I used to get like homophobic bullying before I was even out because of the way I looked, because I was so masked. And I was like, the last thing he needs is for people to pick on him. So I just kept it a secret. So I kept it a secret until we'd finished our exams, because I didn't want him to get picked on for dating a lesbian and then that distract him from his studies. So I kept it a secret, and then after I met with him and I was like, we need to break up, I think I'm gay. And he was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But it was all like amicable. It was
like when we was like obviously being like sexual and things like that, like when you're growing up, everyone around you, like we've done it now, and it's like, oh, they've done it. And like I remember saying to him like, oh, like I love you and I don't know why, but I just don't want to do it. And he was always like, let's not until you're like 3,000% sure.
Yeah.
And then when I told him, he was like, thank God we didn't do it. You know, like thank God we didn't rush that, you know. So the signs were there.
Yeah.
But you know, he was absolutely fine with it. He was like, all right, sweet. He was like, well, at least you haven't made a mistake. And I was like, yeah, exactly.
Me and my sister, my mom used to put us in dresses going to school, but we'd pack like shorts and a tank for when we got to school. Like this was primary, and then when we get to school, we go to the change room. We would just take off the dress, then wear them because we always also dress masculine. Like never, ever feminine. I don't think.
It's so weird because I'm so like feminine now. Like I'm literally such like so hyper femme. But growing up, I was quite tomboy. Like in primary school, like I used to like cry before leaving like the house because I wanted to go to school in like rugby togs, and my parents would be like, "You are not put your dolly shoes on now," and I'd be, "No, I want to wear the rugby togs like the boys." And like I would go and wear them, and the teachers like call my parents and be like, "Right, she needs to put like appropriate clothes on." Appropriate shoes on, sorry. And like I always used to play with the boys like in primary and do like play like the football and like be like the goalkeeper.
I love that.
But yeah, I'd be the goalkeeper. I give it to him.
Where do I look, guys? Do I have to?
Where's the ball? But yeah, somewhere within that, I literally turned into like the biggest cutie ball ever.
Right, I want to ask you now about the show. So when you were in the Masseria, did you notice any fruit bowls anywhere?
Let me tell you something though. Yeah, no, actually,
Just dotted round in the bedroom or near the bedroom or.
I literally have no idea what you're on about. This is all news.
Are you sure? No, I'm pretty sure there were a few fruit bowls in the Masseria.
Did you actually see it? Did you? No, I asked them. Okay, should I explain it?
special food on the side of the. By the changing room.
I'm literally getting hot.
Beaver, like storing for the winter in there somewhere.
Right, for context. Look. So, anyway, I don't even go about explaining that. It's such a niche thing to
Gone on the way or gone. Whoa.
English.
Right, first. Gone out of your way to say to the BBC like don't include it, then you can't hear
straight away. Any fruit bowls? No, so basically I have this like sleep eating disorder, but obviously it's normal to me. So I never thought of it as this like big thing that you need to like disclose. So obviously like when we're going on the show, they ask you obviously for the for your safety, like, do you sleepwalk or but do you sleepwalk? And I went like I think it kind of cousins that, but I also like eat in my sleep as well. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, like I have like a sleep eating disorder. So yeah, forgot about it. Obviously,
I don't know how you don't choke.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, but to be fair, when you're like sleepwalking, there's a part of you that is conscious. So because I also sleepwalk, not anymore, but I would have full blown conversations.
It's like having a full on rap. That's real. None of you remember, isn't it?
I remember. I'm like,
where did you two go out for dinner? What?
No, but like I didn't like obviously take it as anything serious, and then we obviously flew out for isolation, and one day like I think it was like the medic and the psych knocked on the door, and they like sat in and they were like, right, okay, so like we just want to sit you down and have a little chat. And I'm like, yeah, fine. Have I done anything wrong? Like, is everything fine? Okay, we've all had a discussion about like your...
Did everyone have a one-on-one with the medic and the psych this morning?
Anyone else? No.
They were like, right, we need to like have a chat with you about this sleep eating disorder that you have. And I'm obviously taken back. So I'm obviously said as a passing comment, but obviously they really took to it.
Yeah.
So they were scared that I was gonna sleepwalk out to the kitchen. Obviously the pool is there, and obviously fall in the pool, tragic health and safety. So they said what we're gonna have to do, we've obviously spoke as a team and we've all decided that we're gonna have to put fruit bowls in the bedroom and scattered around. I went, that's not gonna work. Sorry, going on a dating show. Imagine I had like
I actually didn't see the fruit bowls.
Yeah, hear me out. I haven't got to the end of my story yet.
I hid them. Yeah, like hid them all.
So obviously I said to them, I was like, respectfully, it's not going to work. Like imagine me on a dating show, got a match, like, first night in bed, and then they see me like next door eating fruit like Gollum at the end of the bed. They're gonna be like, and next kiss off, I'm not choosing you.
What is that noise?
I'm not doing, because apparently, one of my ex girlfriends years ago, she literally said one night, like I was at the end of the bed, not on the side, at the end, and she woke up and I was literally like Gollum. Just like scrub.
Do you like put on weight? Like, do you ever get worried that you're gonna eat like too much in your sleep because you're eating like? Most people eat like half the day when they're awake, but you're eating like around the clock.
What am I like? I can't enjoy sweet treats anymore because I have to save them for when I'm unconscious because I eat so much.
Now, imagine trying to do like a gym plan.
Yeah,
but you can't account.
And
it's just.
I've been she literally has a locked drawer, so she hides her her like
Yeah.
chocolate and stuff.
You don't eat it.
Yeah, but okay, I'm just gonna say before I forget. Anyway, with the fruit bowls, so I asked them if they would put it in the dressing room instead. So I would sleepwalk into the dressing room and I would eat. And obviously they would see me sometimes walk. And there's a gallery. You go down the stairs. They put a camera in front in case I sleepwalk into the gallery looking for food.
But what I don't understand is you're in a foreign place, yeah?
Yeah.
And somehow your body is like sniffed out the apple.
Yeah. Yeah, because didn't one like you said?
Let me tell you something, right?
I don't know if it's true because I have no memory.
Okay, yeah, it could be wrong. Like, we don't know, we don't have the footage. But basically, they...
Yeah, if you've got any of this footage,
If you've seen this, I want it.
Or emails in the bio, emails.
We've been beefing for months about this.
Insert it here.
They brought in like a bunch of snacks and they got these Oreo chocolate, like double chocolated things. And I was obsessed with them. So I picked a stash for myself and I put it under my bed. Yeah.
You smelt them in the night.
Tell me why. I wake up, I go do my stuff and I go, after getting ready, I go to get my chocolate.
Elisha's under your bed. Sit sleep.
So I was munching on it. Then I come back and it's gone. I'm like, who's taken my Oreo?
My religion was like, who the hell is taking my Oreo?
Yeah, I was like, who's taking them? And everyone was like, no, not me, not me. And then I realized that Elisha's sleeping.
We were in the bed. We were like next to each other. It was like when our beds were next to each other. Wasn't it? It was towards the end.
Yeah, and she told me she sleep eats, and I was like, oh, so is he? Like you ate my chocolate. She definitely did, 100%.
Yeah, it was like a strict rule. Like when like we would wrap a film on something, the producers would bring in massive box of snacks, and I would have to be like, you cannot keep them in this building because I will eat them.
I didn't know that. See, I'd have hidden it even better, like under my pillow or something. Imagine you just reaching, because I sleep with a pillow over my head. I don't know why. It's just like comfort thing. Yeah. But I imagine that I had like my little. I have a breathing block.
Yeah,
But I could just like imagine having snacks and Elisha reaching her hand in.
Yeah, I always wonder if my eyes are open because sometimes like I don't.
Oh, fuck that.
I don't actually like. My dad says every night is 4 o'clock in the morning, so it's not like midnight. Always 4 a.m. And he says sometimes I will sleepwalk into the kitchen. I'll open the fridge, close the fridge, open the microwave door, like close the microwave door, turn the lights on and off, walk back into my room.
I can't actually judge you because I used to sleepwalk. I used to do them as creepy stuff.
Yeah,
but my eyes were like open, so you'd really think that.
My sister used to.
Yeah.
My sister used to just stare.
It's yeah.
Just stare.
Yeah, my sister has a really bad habit of scaring people. So like my friend is terrified of like standing in front of a window when it's dark because if you tell her to turn around,
Ellie's got a fear of windows.
Really?
Yeah. My Nancy, like my best friend, has that fear. And Iman knows this, and then so that's my twin. And one time she was sleeping, and me and Natty were just like my mate, we're just chatting, and then Iman woke up from her sleep and just like looked straight at Natty, and Natty was sleeping in front of the window, and she was like, "Whatever you do not turn around." And I was like, "Natty, there's nothing behind you. Don't worry." And she goes, "Myra, tell her to shut up." And she's like, "No. Like, there's nothing. Like, there's something behind you. Don't turn around." And I was just like,
I love that shit. I love scaring people. I've got an album on my phone. So like I try and film it and then I just put.
Oh, you're scaring people. Yeah. That's evil.
Yeah.
That is pure evil.
No, I love actually saying it. Like, I've got like an album on my phone of like all my different scares.
I love that. I want to do that.
First and last time we ever meet, but because I would shit my mouth.
No, Els is really easy to scare as well. Like she's ridiculously easy.
You're one of them people that when you scream, she screams.
Yeah.
Oh,
sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't mean to. Like, like sometimes I can't just make a loud noise, and she's got such a go. She's like. Just for like no reason. My mum does it to me a lot as well because I live in like a ground floor flat and my window looks out onto the road. And like if I'm washing up in the winter, like there's been times I've been washing up and I've looked out my window and she's like just there. Like no, I love scaring people.
That's pure evil.
I love that idea. I'm not gonna steal it from you.
No, it's so good. The album goes back to like 2020. Like I've got like
shut up.
Yeah. No, I reckon I've got like 50 plus kills now. Yeah.
I think that needs to be looked at. I can't.
All right, let's leave it over.
I'm gonna make one of just scaring Elisha and I'll send them to you.
Oh, it's so good. I made a TikTok of a compilation of my like some of my best scares, and it was really good. Yeah. Yeah, it's really fun. It's a good hobby to get into.
You know, I do like scare. I always scare people when they come out my left in my class.
She
loves doing
that. Yeah, she scared me when we were dancing. Like, there's a spider, by the way.
You might have clocked it, didn't you?
Yeah, and I'm terrified of spiders. And just
what,
like,
downstairs here?
Yeah.
But it's like the fake spider
one.
It's,
that one.
Yeah,
but there used to be a big spider there. But we had to get rid of it because it was like harmful. So I put that fake on there.
And I
people still
literally,
think it's there.
I literally said whoever put that spider there is evil, and it was you. But literally, Myra went, "Oh, there's a spider," and obviously knew it was fake. And I went, "Rah!" And
Yeah, it's quite scary.
So going on the show, did you get casted? Were you approached? Did you apply?
I basically, there was this one night I'd seen a TikTok of someone saying like the tension between me and the I Kiss the Girl application. So I sent it to my sister and I was like, should I apply? And by the time she replied, I was already halfway through the process, like applying for it. And so I did, I submitted it. But then the next day, someone from casting called us and they were like, hey, we've messaged you already on the Twin account like a few days ago. And you know, like, it's good that you call, but like, you know, can your sister do it as well? And I was just like, oh no, it's just me. Like, I'd love to have
My sister not go on.
No, she didn't go on. She's got a girlfriend.
she wondered. I think she wondered if she was thinking.
Yeah, she was single, like with a bit of menaces together, but no, she's very loved up. So I was just like, hey, it's just me, and I even used her in my application video. I was like, I got twin, but don't worry about that.
I really want to see her.
No, you'll never see that. I hope you never
Aw.
see the day. I'm like,
Don't be shy.
no. But yeah, and then like after that, it was just like quick process. It was like one after the other, and then eventually it was meant to be.
Yeah. I was scouted for season 1 and I never saw the message. And then basically when season 2 was coming out, when obviously they were casting for that, I saw Amy's story and it was like, oh, message this producer if like you want the application form. So I was like, thinking about it. Obviously went on the chat, saw I was scouted for season 1. And I was like, oh my God, is this a sign? Because I was like, I was single at the time. I'd just come out of a relationship. And then I applied. But I did it just like, I don't know, I didn't put a lot of thought into it. I didn't do a audition video.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what?
I was the only one that didn't have an audition video.
I find that so cheeky.
Because I thought like that is I was like, oh my God, no, like I'd cringe myself out. But then I ended up having to do one just on national television because obviously the introduction.
Oh, right.
So I was like, I should have done the audition video to like, you know.
Someone in the cast just sent photos of themselves.
Is it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Me? I did
No, Ash. Ash literally just sent her like that's what Ash said.
Yeah, that's what I did. There was like insert like 5 pictures, and that's what I did.
No, I didn't watch the video. I put so much thought into that video as well.
Did you?
Yeah, I've got my DJ decks and everything. I was like, get me it.
Wow. I don't know what mine would have been.
Pippers is really good.
Yeah, Family
Pippers is
very
really
good.
Is it?
really good. Yeah.
I haven't seen they've got like 2 girls or something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
they in Pippers, if I'm not mistaken, like they didn't say anything in their video and just went down a slide. And then and then at the end of it, it went 2 girls there, and then I think they just winked at the camera, and then they got like apparently it's that like so like the people's favorite audition video, and I was like, yeah, period.
It worked.
That's sick.
Yeah, they've smashed that.
Did you have any concerns going into the material? Was there anything you were nervous about?
I think obviously going on TV, like that's such a massive thing. Obviously going so far away from home without any phones and going into I think it's scary because obviously when you do anything like if you can't visualize it, it makes you feel anxious because obviously you don't know what you're getting into. So like obviously I was scared for the idea of being on TV, but I do think with all of the auditions and all of like the team, like there's welfare producers, they're all so amazing that I think they did help the nerves a bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if I ever had a crash, like there was so many times in isolation just before I was going to walk in, we have to be ready like full glam by like 5:30 in the morning. And that isn't
not for me. I was chilling. Like
honestly, I was shattered. Anyway, I was a crash now. I was like, I can't do it. Like I can't just walk up and go kiss a girl. And like, but they know what to say. They do help a lot. So I think like even though like it's nerve-wracking going on telly, I do think the team were really good and like aiding it,
Yeah, no, I think I was just really, really, really like nervous of people's perception of like how they'd perceive me, but I was very aware that I was going on a show that it's just being vulnerable. I was like, I'm not really someone who's quite vulnerable, and like I'm not even open with who I'm talking about. Like I'm a very private person, so going on there and like having to talk about my feelings and just being vulnerable. Like some of my friends have never even seen me flirt with anyone or ever kiss anyone. So even my bestest friends, they're like, I can't wait to watch it. I'm like, I'm terrified for you to watch it. But all of that, and I think just people's like views on you, and you know, you can get a certain edit. There was all those things that were going through my brain, but my thing that was pushing me through was just like, I just need to do something for like Muslim queer rap. That was like my main thing pushing me, because otherwise I think I'd have just been a little bit too scared.
So you guys watched season 1. Was there anything you took from that and you were like, yeah, I'm going to do that, or I'm not going to do that?
I mean, like, I feel like in season 1, some of the people had like locked off quite early on, and I just knew I'm not that type of person anyways. I was like, I need to, I'm so slow. So I was like, I just knew I didn't want to do that. That was like my main takeaway from it. I was just like, I can't.
Yeah, I did say I was going to go in and not be a U-Haul. But oh yeah, I had that bar. I got T-shirt. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. No, I literally just went in thinking like, I don't know, I genuinely thought I wouldn't make it to the end, because it is so hard for me to like someone, and I feel like I was not expecting to be as comfortable as I was with Elise in there. But I just thought like, I'm just gonna be myself, and I think as I didn't put pressure on myself to be like loud and be this like rah 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 big personality. I just went in, I was like, I'm gonna be myself. I'm really shy, I'm very weird. I'm a weird girl. And I was like, I'm just gonna do that, and just
Do you forget there's cameras? Or are you aware?
To some extent, I think challenges, kiss-offs, obviously during when we have the parties and there's that, like...
Are they filmed in silence?
No, there is music.
There is music,
but they're just like, don't lip sync, because lip syncing, and they're like, stop lip syncing. I'm like,
there'll be a really good song on, and we'd all be like, and they'd be like, stop lip syncing. I would say for like, obviously those 3 things, you know you're on telly, like the lights, even like obviously the studio, you feel the lights, and like it just feels a lot more like surreal, like real. But I do think around the Masseria, like I genuinely did forget those cameras, because you're so swept up in it. The cameras are tiny little white ones, like, you know, all scattered around, and I don't know, I always found it really hard to believe, like, whoa, I'm actually being filmed 24 hours a day.
And I suppose you don't know what's going in, like, it's 17 days, and 9 hours get clipped, so you're probably like 90% of what you're doing isn't going to make the cut anyway.
That's what you have to keep telling yourself, like, before, like, obviously when you're waiting for the show to come out, I'm like rocking back and forth in bed, being like, oh my god, I remember this thing I did that was like, you know, really weird, like what people gonna think, like, are we gonna something? And like you spend like months and months thinking like, oh, you know, is that gonna be in, is that gonna be in? Obviously a lot is cut out.
A lot, so I wasn't. No, I think I did notice the cameras, but I'm always in a state of feeling like I'm in the Truman Show anyways. So I'm always like, I just feel like, because there's all... of course,
like where you get watched. It's like being watched.
Yeah, like, so yeah, I just, even when we're in isolation, I just felt like there was a camera on me all the time, and I was just like, because I yapped to myself a lot, like genuinely, like I yapped to myself, and I was like, oh, I need to stop talking.
No, I did that, and the other day I tripped over in my flat, and I've got like security cameras, so you can like, and they're like for the dogs and that. And my mum was like, oh, show me the footage. And I was like, nah. I was in the middle of like a full-blown argument. I was like, the camera's not working.
Come with it. No, I do that so much. My friends have caught me like chatting to myself, and I'm like, you didn't see that. So it's so bad.
Yeah. I think 'cause I live alone as well, I forget, and then sometimes I start laughing and I look even crazier because I'm laughing because I've caught myself like having a full-blown conversation.
I just keep thinking, I'm like, I know surely there's someone watching me, because I'll laugh, like do something like that as well, and I'm like, imagine someone right now could see what I'm doing. I'm like, I need to stop. That's what always goes through my brain anyways.
No, I didn't think that. Like, I think obviously it's like, you know, you're in a different environment, you're not in a regular place, so I feel like I knew I was on a TV show, and like in the sense of like I knew I wasn't gonna have this full like blown out like shouting argument. Like obviously I knew to like try and like contain my emotions, but I think that aided me in a good way, because I didn't like have any lash out moments or any like feisty moments. I learned to like navigate it in a different way, and like obviously talk to them, you know, you talk in the tea room, you use now as like your therapy space, obviously talking to like the welfare team, the floor team, and I kind of like process my emotions differently. And I think ever since the show, I've like learned to process like all my feelings so differently. Yeah.
Sorry, I just need to go to the tea room quickly. Go find like, a random room in the house.
Oh no, genuinely.
Talk to the wall.
Yeah, tea room was my therapy.
Do they prompt you? They're like, what do you think of this?
Yeah, so
there's someone behind the camera asking questions, and that's how.
So essentially like this sheet. So they're like sat behind like up on like the computer, and then there's a sheet, and then you're sat down. It's just like one big camera in front of you, but you're having a conversation with the producer, but you're looking at the camera.
Do you think any of that gets cut out of context? Do you think they could ask you something and then?
I mean, potentially they could. No, and nothing like that happened for me. in
No, I don't
that.
think it did for me either.
Yeah,
I
like
think
there was a
not.
few things that were cut that you didn't get to see, like me say certain things, like that would have gone on longer, but it didn't make the context of it weird or anything. Like I feel like it was very fitting.
Okay.
So, anyways, it was just more like maybe they shortened it. So I don't know, not for me, anyways.
You obviously talk online about your mental health a lot on that. How did you manage your anxiety going in?
Literally, I think my medication. Like, I genuine,
High as fuck, like
genuine. Me, my anxiety meds against the will.
Yeah.
No, but I spent so long working on my anxiety, as in, like, in my brain, the way I process. And I do think I'm in a lot of a better position, even obviously when I went on the show, to navigate anxiety that's in my head. It's the physical that I struggle with. So I do think that aided me a lot going in there, because I was just thinking, like, I'll have my anxiety meds, my body's going to feel calm. And obviously having loads of support in there, like obviously all the floor team, that was reassuring. And I think I did have a bit of a wobble, and I was like, I actually can't do this. And like, I did have to ground myself, and I just kept telling myself, if you don't like it, or if it's not for you, you can leave. Like, I'm not in a prison, and like I could save my kiss to myself and go. So I think I just obviously went in, I thought, I'm just going to try it. And obviously if it did cause me too much anxiety, I would have left. And I think that was reassuring to know. So I didn't think, oh my God, I'm going to be stuck in there. Yeah. Because I think that scares me a lot. It's like the idea of being like trapped in like no like escape route. I mean, so I'm so awful with that. So like I did have to keep telling myself like I can leave. And I think that the thinking of that calmed me down.
So I want to talk about actually in the show now. You had quite a lot of attention. Did you feel that at the time? Because there was at one point where you had like 3 people on you.
I was aware because they kind of are very up and like they're very forward with it. Whoever was, interested in me.
Who was
You kind of
interested?
there.
Why can't I remember?
Kaylee.
Yeah, Kaylee, Faye,
Faye.
Nikita, Josie.
And Josie. Oh, 4, sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, it's 4.
Wow.
4. But you were aware.
Yeah, I was aware because they'd come tell you, they'd be honest and open about it. And in there, like, that's something I obviously had to learn as well. Like, I had to vocalize if I liked someone. I don't normally do that. Like, I'm normally like, you could tell by my actions, I'm sure. Like,
And I suppose you also have to, like, someone's coming up to you and you're like, oh, you're like, I'm your favourite, innit?
Yeah. Everyone in there kept saying how aloof I was because they would always ask me questions like, who do you like more? And I'm like, I like getting to know you. I also like getting to know this person. And
Was that like an intentional thing? Like you didn't want to upset anyone, or was that genuinely how you were feeling?
That's just genuinely like, I think that's how I was feeling, but also because I'm generally such a private person anyways, it was very hard to me, like for me to just talk on it all the time because it was mainly feelings based always. Like, so people asking me, like, how do you feel about me? And I was like, yeah, I do like it, but that's all I would give because I'd
exhausting, man.
Yeah. Oh,
when you got 4 of them,
it does take you a while to. So if someone's coming at you, like, what's over?
No, just a little cheeky. God, sorry, this is
I forgot you asked what you.
I'm so sorry about that.
Okay. Good man.
No, but I literally was in the tea room. They didn't make it. They made it cut, but I was like, I don't like being in love triangles. I was very like, I think I obviously at one point I was kind of just really feeling one person in particular. Obviously, like, I was feeling Kaylee most, but I wasn't gonna just like close myself off to just not chatting to someone.
Do you go for masks sometimes?
Yeah.
So it was literally 4 options for you then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they get one. Yeah. I'd say my type. Me and Elisha used to talk about this. I'm more mask for mask. Yeah, like I'm into masks more than I am fams, I'd say. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, but everyone was like so confused to why like I didn't then pick Josie. But I think I'm also someone who's like, I had a really good thing with Kaylee and I really like just how we were. And like Josie, obviously, like I was saying it in there, like she is attractive and like I would, normally, but I was just really liking what I had going on with Kaylee and I wasn't going to try like just to change that, switch that up. And also then let's say if I had picked Josie, the next kiss off would have been with all our parents. She would have had to meet my family. Like, that's like very, or I would have had to meet her family. That's very intense. Like,
but you had to do that with. Yeah, but they had more time.
More time with Katie.
Oh, that was it would have been.
Yeah. Like with Josie, I'd maybe known like 2 days at that point, or a day, or in a bit, because she was talking to other people first. But
I'd hate to meet someone's family on TV and it not work out.
Oh god.
That'd kill me.
Anyway, at least I've got mine to fit with you. Oh, this is the most mask comment.
It says, I think masks are dangerous territory. They are a bit like, I don't want to say player, but player. Messy masks.
There was messy mask in the masseria. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, obviously, before going in, I've never had, like, you know, I don't know many masks. You know, that was just, I don't know. I take it back.
You take it back. So we're not all messy now. Just most of us. But not all of us.
Yeah.
Would you say you're touch Borden now?
I do love femmes. Like, I do have, like, a soft spot for femmes. But now I do feel, like, a lot more fluid in my sexuality. So, like, I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't, like, you know, fob someone off just because of their looks or, like, what they label themselves like as if they're, like, femme, mass, femme, whatever. It's the person, I think.
Yeah. It was nice seeing you kind of come in with such a strict type and then be able to expand it, if that makes sense. Like, it was nice that you didn't shut it down.
Yeah.
Because you were like, nah, she's mask. Like, I don't go for that. Like, it's nice that you, because you were coupled up with Nikita, weren't you? Yeah. Obviously, she's gone for Pippa. So you were both femme for Ferb, and they've...
I know. I think that, like, I so see why me and Nikita are matched, because we're so similar. Like, when we speak, like, we say the same things. We're like, oh, like, I think that. But I think it's straight off the bat, it was literally just, like, girly pops. I think that's what's harder for
girly pops. Let's go get our masks.
Yeah, literally. It is so hard though. I think I expected that going in there, because especially I'm not a flirty person. So obviously I say I'm femme for femme, and like, but the femmes I go for, they flirt with me or they'll make the first move, because I'm really shy. Like, I can't flirt. So if, like, I don't know, I feel like a part of me knew that was gonna happen.
But we see that in there though.
Yeah,
Elise was very on you.
Yeah,
at the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think there's one clip of me flirting.
Like, there's that clip at the beginning where you're like, no, I'm femme for femme, and she's like, are you?
Yeah.
And you can see a little brain ticking, like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Nice. Let me go to the tea room, just debrief my thoughts and get back to you.
You raise a really good point there.
Actually, good point.
Yeah. So, Almayra, I want to dive into your celibacy. Oh, that sounded pervert. I don't want to do that. It was interesting.
I'm gonna joke.
Cool. That's you. It
was interesting that you spoke about it on the show. Can we talk about what made you want to speak about it? What made you want to do it? Why that's important to you? I just feel like I've never heard that on TV. Obviously, I've heard of celibacy, but like, I do understand. Obviously, we haven't seen representation on TV. So I just wanted to know, like, why you felt it was important to talk about and why that's so important to you.
Do you know what? I was actually really scared to talk about it on TV. I was because I think it's because it's also live for me. It's also unheard of. Like, I just feel like people don't really talk about if they're on that abstinent journey or celibacy journey. They don't really talk about it. So I feel like it would have. I just didn't want to be then not even looked at differently, but just then not taken as seriously, or like then someone try change and accommodate to me, because I just really don't like when I tell someone something and then they then switch up how they were from when I first met them, because like that's how I liked them when I started, you know. But also talking about it, like I remember I mentioned it as quickly as I could, because normally when I am seeing someone, like, you know, this because it was so scary, it was on TV, that's why I'm scared of it. But when I'm seeing someone, I will try bring that up as quickly as I can.
I feel like you need to bring it up in case it's a deal breaker.
Yeah, in case it is, like, and I can understand that people have, you know, different needs and stuff like that, and I don't judge them for that, and I think that's, you know, as they should. I just know that that's something I should probably bring. It's like my responsibility to bring that up, because if it gets to a point where I then tell them and they're like, that is the deal breaker, and they're like, oh, you should have told me this earlier, and then it's like time wasted or something. So I kind of try to get out of the way. But with Kaylee, I remember I didn't tell her for ages. I think there was like a subconscious part of me. It wasn't like a decision. I was like, I'm not going to tell her. It's just, I think I was getting scared to tell her, because I was like liking her and I didn't want that to change or like sway.
Because that was maybe a little hiccup from a viewer's point.
Yeah, like
in your connection.
Yeah, she had like the conversation, me talking to her about it. She was so great about it. She was asking all the right questions to like lead up to me talking more about also the asexual side of things. You know, my demisexual yeah, all of that. It was great in how she was handling it, and I didn't feel judged. I didn't feel like any weird vibes from her after that. She still we still continued as we were. She was, she didn't sell me a drink. She was very open and honest from the get go, which I appreciated. I was like, I like this. I'm glad you're
don't
not.
pretend that.
Yeah, I was like, I really rated that for her. I was like, thank you for doing that. Yeah.
It's nice to see someone talk about it on TV.
Yeah, and it's nice because now that I've talked about it, there's a lot of people that have messaged me about it, and yeah, I think just hearing all the messages of people like relating with it, I'm like, I also don't feel alone about it, because they say, oh, I don't feel alone. I was like, I don't feel alone now. Like, thank you for like,
we're like healing each other.
yeah, genuinely, like it's so nice, and it, because it's kind of on par. Not necessarily, but in a way, it kind of coincides with my like demisexual side. A lot of people will also talk about that. So I've had a lot of people on the asexual spectrum message me as well. But my main decision with the abstinence side to things was, the way I see it is like, this is me getting spiritual now, but I see it as mixing energies, like, the whole meaning of soul ties. I really believe in that. I just feel like if you want to and get intimate with someone, you're kind of, we're all like energy carriers, and I feel like you're exchanging energy when you do that, and in exchanging energy you're exchanging like your traumas, everything like about that. And I just feel like for me, I want to protect that space because it's very sacred to me. So that's like my reason to being on that abstinent journey, because it's just until I find someone that I'm like feeling like I would want to have this experience with you, and I'd want to be intimate with you. Then obviously I only get that when I like someone because of the demisexual.
And not only that, like nowadays with dating culture, you never know where people are at, because like some people are completely fine with hookup culture, some people aren't. Like I feel like it's an important thing to communicate regardless. So I do get why you feel almost obliged to let people know. But it's interesting.
Yeah, I've noticed with a lot of relationships, one of sometimes the main like arguments that will come up in their relationship is like anything about sex. So I know
sex drives.
Exactly. So I know I knew it was an important conversation to have. I always think it's just better to have that sooner rather than later. So,
yeah. It's not different to discussing kinks, what you like, what you don't like, what's off limits. Like you're just discussing the whole experience and expectations and things like that.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. Yeah, here you go.
So Elisha,
There's gonna be, you can fully be good or what?
if I'm allowed, yeah.
Honestly,
At least not here, so that's what I want. There was a scene as if it was a drama, but there was like
probably was.
there was a clip that I found really interesting. It was after Pippa came in, and you were talking to Elise, and she says, "I love you" to bits or something, and you can see you in real time be like, whoa. What was that? Was that because it was so soon? Was that because it felt intense? Was that because you literally you were like, stop, come on, stop.
Like, come on now, stop.
Yeah. Like what was that, and how did that kind of reflect how you were feeling?
I think from my I think from my point of view, obviously watching it back, it looks like really intense. Lisa's like, I love you. But when I was in there, I think she meant that in like a platonic way, because she chucks out that word. Like to me, if you're building a connection with someone, if you're with someone, I love you is a big step. Do you know, like it's very romantic. It's really intimate. But I don't think Elise views it that way. I think she like views that as in like, oh, I love you, like you know I love you to bits. And I think I had to keep like saying I don't like that, and like I want, if you ever say that to me, I want it to be in like that you mean it,
love me,
because you love me. And I think like obviously when I was in there, I didn't think she meant as in like, oh my god, I'm so in love with you, like, even though we moved quite fast in there. I just know she meant it in a platonic way. So I was saying like, stop, because it's gonna lose its meaning to me if you ever did say it in like a, I really love you, and if it was in that type of way.
That makes a lot more sense than how they cut it.
Yeah, that's why I was, because obviously like she did say it a few times, and she'd always be like, oh, I love you to bits, or like, oh, and I would always have to say, can you stop saying it? Say that to your friends or say that to anyone else. But obviously, because we're forming a connection, I don't want you to throw that word around with me. And then like obviously
then you can't tell when it's transition from.
Yeah, and I did explain that. Obviously it was cut, but that was my explanation. I was like, stop, I don't like it. Like, can you save it, you're saying it in a friendly way. And
See, the way that was cut, it made her seem like she was running away with things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I think like she just throws that word around. I
do with my friends.
Yeah. So I think that, yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
So you seemed a bit more of a slow burner on the show. How was it to navigate that? Not only with lesbians, but lesbians that are on a time schedule all in one place? Because I can imagine it's quite overwhelming. And also, I know we joke about you having 4 people, but when you've got people coming over almost checking for updates of like, you know, where's our connection at? How are you feeling? Like, blah, blah. Naturally being a slow burner, how was that to like navigate in real time?
Oh, I think honestly, because with the slow burn side of things, the people who I ended up with, like Nikita and Kaylee, they were actually quite similar to me with how slow they take things. But when it was things like checking up on how I'm feeling now, like those updates and stuff, it would always almost do the opposite of like just make me go even more slower, because I was like, I just feel like pressured in a way. Not that they were at all. Obviously, I understand you have to talk about feelings in there, and that's something that I struggle with so hard. Like I had mentioned, I don't think I even fully made the cut of the show, but I was talking about how I normally struggle with just expressing my feelings. So it was making me feel like a little bit.
It's like exposure therapy almost.
Genuinely, it was like it really was. But
I think that's helped or hindered.
It helped. I think like being on the show, I think it really helped. Like that's a whole conversation I was having with Kaylee about it, and I was just talking to her like one of the main reasons I was telling her, I was like, you've given me like probably the best communication I've had with people, because you allow me to like talk to you about things, and you're very accepting of the pace I come at, and in making me have all these conversations about my emotions. It was a hard thing to do, but I think the way she was like receiving that, and she wasn't judging, or she wasn't like getting angry at me for like not talking about things. She was just very calm with it, and it was like, you know, it was nice. It was allowing me to step into that space of like, okay, now I can tell you that I feel this. Now, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Nice, I like that. So I feel like it helped overall. Like, obviously, you were saying you've dealt with things without flying off the handles, because you know, like obviously there's cameras and things like that, and it's taught you a different way. So it has had its. Yeah. It is like exposure therapy though, because even now dating in the modern world, you can ghost people if you want to. Yeah. You can leave them on red for a while. Everything. Yeah, whereas you've actually got to face someone face on and be like, communicate how you're feeling and where you're at and whatever.
Yeah, I think that's the best I've ever been with communication. I swear, yeah.
And that's what I mean. I've had so many messages of people being like, "Oh my god, just the way you hold yourself, like you know how you like articulate things." But honestly,
like I messaged you that.
Yeah, but I don't remember being like that before the show. I think being put in that situation where you are forced to talk and think about your feelings so much. I'm like avoidant, and no one would ever think that based on the way that I communicate. But I like. Obviously, before the show, I am someone that I push things away, or I'm like, I'm not going to think about that. Like, you know, I push things to the back of my head. But obviously, in there, you've got to face everything. And like, I do think even like my closest friends, like around me and my family, they've said the way I hold myself now, like after the show, it has like changed me a lot.
One of the standout moments of the series was obviously when Josie came in. When you clocked the history between Josie and Elise, what was going through your head?
It was actually horrific. Like,
was it?
No,
it looked like you handled that well, but I feel like there was.
Oh, Joe, I look so calm because of my meds, because there's nothing going on.
Honestly, I looked so calm because I didn't realise Josie was a real person for like 20 minutes, and then when she stopped floating, I was like, whoa.
No, because my body was so calm, it makes my brain calm.
Oh, baby, you're okay. I've got a history of it.
I'm literally like, yeah, but you see, I don't move. On my face, I'm like, but like, I'm not like, oh my god, what's happening? Because I'm literally like,
guys, come on, we got an Elisha on Blaze with me.
I know, but I feel like I did suspect something like juicy was going to happen, because obviously we were in the lineup, and like after everyone had been dumped, for some reason there was like this stop, and then like the producers were like, Elisha, like you two separate, and like Elisha go. So there was more space, and I was like, what the hell's going on? But I never expected it to be like, obviously, I don't know, like I didn't expect it to be someone like Elisa being with, but I was like, something juicy's gonna happen. But I did shit myself, obviously, because there you have no idea. Like, obviously, within a relationship, were they not, like, had they been intimate, or like, was it recent? Do you know, there's so many questions flying through your head.
Yeah.
And I was like, and now we're gonna live together, like all of us, one big happy family.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Lesbians, I know.
Did you feel more threatened by her, or more how's this going to affect my connection, or was it more like, oh, for God's sake?
Yeah, I didn't feel threatened. I probably would say it's like, oh my God, again, like what now? So obviously we had like the challenge with Pippa and like going on the date. But for me, it was more like, okay, this is a test. And I did think in my head, I was like, if Elise ended up going with Josie, that's obviously meant to be like that, you know, there's that connection stronger. So I just kind of, it was just like, everything's gonna happen for a reason. So I tried not to like spiral a lot.
It didn't look like you spiraled. Like, it looked like you handled that very well.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was just trying to be
sure.
like, I'm gonna just like, I don't know, I just think quite
Like, we saw Elise spiral when you went on a date, and then she came in that she was intimate with.
Yeah, it was more when I was being like, oh, I know again. It was more just the feeling of like, oh my God, like the girl that like I'm pursuing things with, there's someone in here that has shared that same experience with Elise, like someone that has been intimate or like knows her on like a deep level. It was more like, it was just a weird feeling. I wasn't like threatened or like, oh my God, like, does this mean Lisa's, is going to go for Josie? Because I was like, if that's going to happen, that's going to happen. Like, it's a dating show. So I'm like, if they wanted to rekindle things, like, they had every right to. But yeah, I think I was more just like, what now? I was like, just got over the date with Pippa and we were at a good place. And I was like, and now like an ex walks in and I'm like, great.
She clocked pretty fast as well.
Yeah. And what's crazy is obviously, when we looked up, wasn't it like you couldn't see?
No.
It looked like it looked like a horror.
Have you seen Obsession?
Yes. When she's at the front of the Yes.
It was like a horror movie. Like you could.
I definitely did that on purpose though.
Yeah.
They wanted Elise to realise but not realise.
Because it's crazy how it's clocked just from the silhouette. I was like,
yeah, but Josie's got quite a distinctive silhouette. She's a rugby player.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like very tall. Yeah.
I know, it's mad. And I wonder what it was like from Josie's perspective as well, coming in and being like, she knows Elise is there, like, coupled up with someone. Because they got to watch am I allowed to say that?
Yeah,
Like, they got to watch the kiss off before going in.
Yeah.
So they obviously saw it also. Obviously, Elise already knew me and Elise were coupled up. So, must have been mad from her perspective.
Yeah, that would have been crazy. If that happened to me and like
I know. And they looked so calm as well. They held it together well. Like they
I think they held it together well because I think they genuinely, their connection was over. Like it happened on the outside. But if I was you, I don't think everyone would have handled it as well as you did.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. It's so weird though, because like when I'm in there, like I did feel like my brain was like rah rah rah. Telling you guys, it's the anxiety meds. Telling you again. I was just calm.
Almayra, obviously you spoke about being on the asexual spectrum while you're in there and obviously now. How did you find it speaking about being demisexual and also navigating that in there? Did you feel like you had to talk about it? Did you want to talk about it more? I know you said you wanted to go on because of the representation, but how do you think your experience differed? And it was nice to see. I don't think we've seen that yet unless I've missed something, but I haven't seen that across any platform.
To be honest, the only other thing I've seen it on is Heartstopper. They talk about it in that show if you watched it. But I to be honest, I didn't think I was going to talk about it, but because Kaylee had brought something up and I was like, oh, this would actually be the perfect time to like mention it. Because I do tie it in again with my abstinence. It kind of just makes sense. It's normally when I like someone, but I do tend to have those conversations whenever we're having any topics on like just any topics on sex or anything like that, because it's important to have. I just didn't think I was going to bring it up, and I'm glad I did. Like, again, like I've said the representation matters, but it kind of gives you understanding, like makes you understand like me.
Also educational.
Yeah, very.
I bet there's a lot of people that were like, oh, okay, what's that? And I bet there's a lot of people that watched it and was like, what's that? Let me look it up. Shit, that's me.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
A lot of people, I'd tell they don't know anything about the asexual spectrum, and
I think you told me a lot.
I like when I was first coming to terms with me being asexual, I had no idea. Like I just didn't understand why I wasn't feeling any sexual urge. Like it was just so confusing to me because I knew I liked girls, and I was like, it can't be about like me, like it can't be because I'm not like gay or queer or whatever. It can't be that, because I know I like my girlfriend, because I found out when I was with my girlfriend, and I like really was like going into like research trying to understand it, and then I after like doing about like there's literally all these answers that were coming up, I started to like look into the asexual side, and I was like, well, I'm not asexual because I do feel it sometimes. So I was like, oh, there's like a whole umbrella, because asexuality is, when I say spectrum, it's literally so fluid. It can be at any end of it. There's asexual, demisexual, gray asexual, so many different labels, and it's like a whole umbrella, and you can literally fit anywhere within that. And once I was able to like could just put a label on it just to understand it, because I don't like labels, but it helps people understand it better. Sometimes I'm not the best at explaining it. I'll try explain it.
You do update yourself.
I don't. But yeah, I'm glad that I was able to, because again, Kayla was asking the right questions to lead me to talk about it. So yeah, and a lot of people have been able to like relate with it and just been like, I haven't seen this representation. And I'm like, I didn't even realize that. I'm not that it's true. But I just, it didn't it's a conversation that I do have regularly, like as in with people who know me. So it's never something that's really come into, yeah.
So obviously you spoke about your religion in there as well. Was there ever a time where you didn't think your sexuality and your religion could coexist?
When I was first, I had like realized I liked girls. I just remember not wanting to have this problem of like maybe picking, because there was I think there was for a split moment maybe that was a decision, but I'm also very stubborn, because I was like, I don't want to let go of one just because I don't want to not be queer just because apparently like I'm not allowed to be. And I was just like, and it just didn't make sense to me. So I'm someone who will ask questions. I'm a bit stubborn, like that, bit of a rebellious nature. If someone's telling me they can't do it, I'm like, yeah, but why not? And I want to understand it, and it just didn't, because it didn't sit right with me. Even before I came out, I was that kid in Pishi class where they would be talking Pishi? Sphere? PSHE?
I listened to that in common. In my head, I was like, what the hell is
PSHE,
PSHE. PSHE. What? That's
in Shiwi class, what you say?
Yeah, like there's like, you didn't have those type of class?
PSHE well-being. What's it?
Just about everything. Like talk about religion, talk about sex.
I never had that.
Wow, they were really lessons.
PSHE.
Anyways.
That's the
Sorry
point.
I was that like kid who would, if we were talking about anything like anything about being queer, and in secondary school everyone's like basically homophobic, like at that time anyways, like everyone was very unaccepting towards it. I was that kid that was like backing the gay person in class, and I'm like, you know you were so wrong for saying this, and then everyone's like, are you gay? I was like, no, I'm not gay, but this is wrong. And then and I was so like, I was such an advocate for it. But I remember when I first like realized I was queer, there was like a bit of internalized homophobia, because I was like, I don't want to, like I'm scared, like maybe it's
three very important parts of yourself. You don't let either one go.
Yeah, and I love both of them. I love my queer side, and I love being Muslim. Like you couldn't tell me to pick one or the other, because it's just they're both that. And I then took it upon myself to do more research. I studied like lecturers who would talk about things within the Quran that would talk about sexuality and stuff. And I've kind of now made my own, I guess, like my not own belief, because it's within the religion, but it's like the way I see it, and that brings me comfort, is that it's my relationship with God and it's no one else's. So I literally don't care what anyone else has to say about it. I get so many comments that like, you can't be this, you can't be that. I'm like, I don't care what you have to say. I don't care. Yeah.
It's nice. I bet a lot of people have watched that as well.
Yeah, no, they have. Like that, I was up one time I don't really look at my messages too much, but I was getting an overload of messages when that episode came out where I talked about being queer and Muslim, and I think like half an hour in I was just bawling my eyes out reading all the messages, because it's also like, it was really supportive messages, but it's also really sad messages of people saying like they can't come out, and it's just so nice to see like I'm doing that for them. And I was just, I don't know,
it's also nice to know that it's an option though.
Yeah,
like seeing is
it's probably changed so many lives, like seeing you on the TV, because once you see it in front of you, it can inspire so many people that like they will get there one day, because you are.
It's such a taboo thing, being queer Muslim. Like I haven't seen too much of it, and there was
I haven't ever seen it.
Yeah, there was a point when I first came out, I was like, I don't know if there's any other queer Muslims. I thought I was the only one, until like I then would search up queer Muslims online and stuff like that, and I'd look at what they thought, and and I think just having that, to realize like we do exist, because it's so taboo, people just don't think we exist, but we do, so yeah.
love it. I was really pleased they kept that in.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Really pleased they
I'm
kept that
glad.
in.
That's one thing I definitely wanted to like make the cut, because I was also having those conversations with Nikita. Like probably one of there was a conversation that I had was very pivotal in why I picked her, and I was like, I like every conversation I'm having with Nikita at this point, because we were talking about like queerness and our spirituality and being Muslim, all of that, all interlinked, and it was all these conversations that didn't unfortunately make it, but I'm glad it eventually did make it. So make the cut, yeah.
I don't think you guys realise how many people would have looked at that, and because the people that need it the most wouldn't have messaged you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you definitely helped. Yeah, I'm very glad that was in there.
Thank you.
Props, man.
Thanks. Thank you.
So we've got to talk about it. You went official in there. So that was official, wasn't it? That was Will You Be My Girlfriend? So would you class that as a relationship?
Yeah.
Because obviously it was quite fast, but you would count that as that was you saying yes. Obviously you were the one asked. Did it cross your mind before she asked that that's where you wanted to take it, or was it more like, do you know what, I've been asked, I feel like this in the moment, I'm gonna roll with it?
We did like have conversations throughout, like like passing comments here and there, be like, oh, I can't wait for you to be my missus, or like, oh, I need to be my missus, or like I like obviously when I was in there, like I was falling quite a lot, and I was like very smitten.
It's intense.
Yeah, so intense. And even like my family and friends like who watch it, they're like, we can tell you really, really like her, because like I'm not like
I
that.
don't think anyone off brain thought it was fake.
Yeah, like the way that I am, like I'm never like that. Like the way, obviously when I watch it back, I've only been like that with people I've been in a relationship with. So I wasn't expecting it obviously on the show. That was like
So you weren't expecting it. No, when she asked you, weren't expecting that.
I didn't see it coming, but like obviously in the moment, like obviously I was really happy where things were going, so I was like, I did say yes, because inevitably I did hope that she would obviously be my girlfriend, obviously when we left. Do you know what I mean? Because of the way things were developing in there. But yeah.
Okay. I feel like also do you think there was an external pressure? Do you think you would have said yes that early on outside, or do you think it was more like there was such a pressure? It was like, can you imagine like the courage it took for her to do that, to shoot someone down? Is
I think that does play a part in it, because I haven't ever said yes to like being someone's girlfriend. That's, quick on, but like I just think in that situation I can't just say like,
and it would have been made into something.
Yeah.
If you'd said no, that would have been a storyline.
Yeah, and because of the way my feelings were so pure and they were so genuine, it didn't feel right saying no, because obviously I was so happy with her, and like I did obviously, like when I was in there, like by the end I was just so excited to leave and like start something like on the outside and navigate that, and obviously the distance and all the challenges that we had. I was prepared to do that. So
I feel like you guys had a few tests in there. Like I do think you had a strong connection. Like I don't think that's like you've got to remember, obviously we only saw 9 hours of it, but even you going on a date and then Josie coming in, like you did have your tests in there. It was obviously fast, but I don't think anyone can understand it unless they're in there. Because if you listen to like any sort of reality or entertainment show person that's been in there, they always say it's more intense in there. Like not everyone's going to say the same thing if it's not true. And I think it's very clear to see you guys were both feeling that intense. When you got out, did you sit there and think, shit, that went really fast? Or was it just kind of like, do you know what, that's what I was feeling in the moment?
No, because I think I am quite like a strategic thinker. I do think quite logically. So even throughout, I think that's where me and Elise differ, because obviously, yes, I was like proper falling for it on the show and I really liked it, and like obviously I know things did probably move a bit too fast than I would have liked, but again I was happy, and like I just thought we had such a good connection. But I also was thinking of the after the show throughout, so the thought of leaving, to me, that didn't scare me as much, because I already processed that from the second she told me like that she lives in Essex. Whilst we're developing the connection in there, I was thinking we are going to inevitably leave. So I was thinking we are going to be long distance, and like I was navigating that already in my head. So
that's how I am. I would have been sitting there thinking, can I fit in a commute, or
And I was thinking of these things, and obviously that's all I've ever done is long distance relationships. So that to me didn't scare me, whereas I think that was different on Lisa's part because she's never done long distance. So yeah, I didn't think it was like any bubble or anything, or like that it was like just like the show and things were going to be so different, because I prepared myself for that when we were in there. Does that make sense?
No, it does make sense. Did you guys have to ask for that date? How did that come about, or were the producers just like, you guys can?
I was nothing. I wasn't part. Like, I wasn't anything to do with the date. I think there was a letter, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a letter that was left on the table, but you can definitely ask for help if you have an idea for something, because obviously like there's certain things set up, but yeah, there was a letter that was given to them to go on the date. So
Yeah.
and also I think,
that wasn't shown, was it?
yeah.
Oh yeah, there was like a letter that was like on the bed, and it was like, I've planned a date for you, like outside the masseria, and then obviously Elise came and got me, and then we went on the date.
Yeah.
But I think they must have been planning, because I do remember one time off camera, the producers called Elise out, and I was like, well, because obviously me and Elise told each other everything in there, and I was like, oh, what do they say? And she was like, I can't say, and I was like, well, tell me. I was like, what? Like, don't be shy. Like, what do they say?
Yeah.
And she was like, no. And obviously I was like, is something wrong? And then obviously then a couple of hours after it was the date.
At least I think came to like me and Kaylee and was just like, I think I want.
Did she?
Yeah, like when we're having breakfast and she was just like, I think I want to make Elisha my girlfriend, and we were like, yeah, how are you gonna do it? So then I think after that she was plotting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It was one of them ones.
Plot.
Yeah. I think it was a genuine connection. I think it's very easy to judge when you're not in there. And I think it's also, I think you do a lot of intimate things as well in there. Like, I don't know, but for me, for like sleeping next to someone and eating meals with them and spending time with them and learning about them and being that close constantly, that's quite an intimate experience. I think it's quite easy for something to form.
Genuinely, and like the way I think of it is like we didn't know what time it was, but I know we were up so early, we went to bed so late, so many things happened, and people are like, oh my god, it's 17 days. You got to think, we wake up and we all have chats, and then we have lunch, and then we have a challenge, and then we have a kiss off, and then we have chats. One day genuinely feels like a week.
Yeah.
If you think about it, right, how long would you typically, right, okay, let me try to put it like this. For you two, how long would you typically wait before asking someone to be a girlfriend?
I think for me, 3 months, I think.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. I think, no, but that's only because my personality and the way I am in dating, I will not see someone for months unless I know I really like you. Once I like someone, I am literally tunnel vision. I am so like I'm literally like, you are someone that I would want to date. So like I don't do like serial dating or anything like that. So like once I know, but then apart from that, I'm so cold and I'm so like avoidant.
How often would you see someone? It's like 3 times a week, twice a week, once a week.
Oh, as in if I'm in a relationship.
If you're getting to know someone.
I don't. They've all been long distance though, so maybe like every week.
So if you saw someone every week for 3 months, you'd still only spend 12 days with them.
Yeah, but then you guys
You were in there for 17.
Yeah.
So you've done
Yeah. That's true.
nearly 4 months of relationship.
That is such a logical way of thinking about that. And
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
So my calculations add up.
Yeah. So you were around the right timeline of what you would usually be.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
Put into one. Put on the telly.
And you're doing all the stuff like sharing friends and being in bed together and things like that. Obviously a slightly different ending for you. Obviously Kelly didn't tell for you. Do you regret telling?
No, absolutely not. Like, even knowing what I know now, if you'd put me back in that, I'd still temper 100%. Like, so yeah, I'd temper that in terms of course. Yeah, no, I stick by that. And inside scoop, I was that morning, and I'm not saying this to like make myself feel, that morning I was contemplating not turning, but I had a conversation with someone, and that conversation led me to realize I was doing this whole self-sabotaging thing. I ended up crying, and I was just like, okay, I do like her, like I will turn. And I'm really glad I did. And she was obviously, she didn't turn, but she was very honest about why she didn't, and that's all I could have asked for, because if she turned and then she wasn't actually feeling it, like I'd have just been very upset about that. I was sad, but like I think it was because after everyone was asking, "How are you okay? You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'm so fine." Yeah. But no,
I feel like you learned a lot from that connection with Katie, though.
a lot. And she's, she's just someone who's very dear to me, because I think a lot of what we experience, obviously, it's a very intense situation you're being in and you're put in anyways. But we got to, I just reached a level of like communication I had never have with anyone I've been with ever. So I got to learn a lot about myself, and also,
Now you can carry that.
yeah, and then I was able to carry that moving forward, and I have been able to. So yeah.
How has the reaction been since it's come out?
Like
Amazing.
yeah, mainly positive. Like
Yeah.
really, just crazy. Like overwhelming in the best way possible. You know, I just feel like every message we got, or just people coming up to us and chatting to us, and just it makes you just, obviously I already knew how big the show was, but I think just seeing it and like seeing it real life, real time was so surreal. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's made me just feel so like proud of myself, and like I was doubting, being like, oh, I don't want to go on, like should I go on, even after, like when you have so much time to think, obviously we haven't seen the show, waited for it to come out, I'm like, oh, like, you know, I shouldn't have done it. Obviously you're bringing me a scary place, and I think seeing it come out, the reaction that like we've all had, and like the amount of messages I've had has literally been like so emotional, and I think it's just made me so proud of myself. It's helped my confidence as well, because I'm like, if I can do it, anyone can. And yeah, it's just been very like, heartfelt, isn't it? It's like you can't explain the feeling.
Yeah, especially at Pride.
Yeah.
Met a lot of people, and they're very like, they're just
Is that
so-
under Pride?
Yeah, London, Brighton.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people coming up to us.
I had traumatic.
No, you were out for a little bit, weren't you? Though, like,
Cried the whole way home in the car.
I remember you messaged me and you were like, I'm not coming.
I was like, oh my god, yeah, I'll meet you soon. I went, I'm on my way home.
The day before she was like, I'll come and meet you at Pride, like blah blah blah. But we'll have a boogie together, like this.
And I was like, I'm a bit anxious. I'm gonna do it. And you were like, okay, if you want to come back, and I was like, I'm gonna come back.
yeah, I thought I was like, come, like when you're, go home, go like nap, all of that, and then come back out for Ray. And she was just like,
It's Ray. That's all I wanted.
Did you see Ray?
yes, I did.
Right, come
good.
back. Hot babe.
Yeah, it was just,
it's so good.
it's so good.
Seeing her live, I think it's just so much better.
Yeah, like,
So good on
amazing.
TikTok.
Yeah, she was great.
Oh, it was really good.
Yeah.
Really good. I don't think you can really understand it.
Yeah, that's when that, like, yeah, you wouldn't. It's just,
so sick, man.
Size of size.
Is there anything that shocked you about the public's reaction? Not just to you two, but to the whole show?
I think because I've kind of like anticipated everything that could possibly happen. I've kind of prepped myself.
A lot of time to think.
Yeah, a lot of time to think, and you just think of every single scenario, good and bad.
Yeah.
So I'm not really shocked by anything too much. I think sometimes people are very bold and
You had any weird encounters?
not me personally. I know, but do you know what's really funny? When we were at Pride, my twin was there, and people kept going up to Iman. But Iman was like, so they'll be like, oh my god, Almayra, like, let's take a photo. And Iman was like, yeah.
That can get sick though, because if you're ever like poorly or you don't want to do like an event with something, just send her.
Explain when we were walking. Should I say? Do you want to explain? So like when we went to Brighton Pride, it was Iman and Kaylee in the car driving, and then it was me and Almayra driving. They found parking, so they got in sooner than us. We were finding parking, so obviously they'd already walked into the entrance. They got recognised.
Obviously thought that
And
it was, like, rekindled, yeah.
So they were like, oh my god, like you two are like, you look so good together. Iman's going along with it.
Yeah,
like,
she's like, yeah.
they're like, she's like, oh, can we have a picture? So Iman's like, yeah, cheese. Anyway, different outfits. 5 minutes later, me and Almayra walk, and people are looking and being like, Almayra was literally just there, because obviously they're in different outfits, but you both got braids on, so you literally, both got braids on. Both got braids in your head.
Both stuck your braids on for the days.
But obviously everyone was like so confused, because they were like, well, how did that just happen?
That's going to be so beneficial to you.
No, it's great. I love it when Iman does that.
There could be
I'm like,
double the amount of events, because if
you
you've got
literally
something,
do
like, yeah, I'll be there.
I was like, I'll go to one thing, you go to the other.
Yeah.
It's great. But when I'm there and they ask her, she'll be like, that's
You can tell. I think your personality, like, I can tell you apart really easy.
yeah, like if you were just chill with us for longer than 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, you'll know who's who straight away.
100%.
Is there anything you feel like didn't come across in the edit? Obviously, we spoke about there's some important conversations that were maybe dropped out of the edit for drama.
Yeah.
But is there anything that you've like, I wish they'd show more of that, or actually this happened and that didn't come across at all?
I wish they showed. Me and Tyra talked a little bit at the start, because we
Getting to know each other? Or?
Yeah. And I actually loved those conversations. Yeah. Look, yeah. Oh yeah. Do you know what? Me and Elisha did not talk for 4 days straight. We just walked past each other saying, right.
Yeah, I don't
every
remember
time.
seeing you guys chatting.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, we
After the 4 days, after she did my hair.
Oh,
we
bonded ever since. Literally, me being a hairdresser just bonded us. But we didn't talk to each other for 4 days because I'm not actually going to say the reason why. Anyway, what was the reason why?
The reason why?
No, she reminded me of my ex a lot. But I don't know. I don't know why. But anyway.
Yeah, it's just, you said like...
It wasn't in a bad way.
Yeah, no, it was you said calming presence.
In like the positive traits. But then obviously I just kind of relationship. And I was like, oh my God, why am I getting like similar aura? It was just outside by. Because I've got nothing bad to say about my ex, and she's an angel. So like obviously I just got really like awkward around Myra. And like sometimes we would like we'd be in like the shower, like she'd be in the shower and I'd go in and be like, oh, hi, sorry, I run out. And then I swear at one point, like I wasn't expecting you to be there. And I was like, oh my God, sorry, this was off script.
Yeah,
because usually I'm just like, hi, you okay? Because we didn't know what else to say to each other.
Yeah, normally we just walk past each other, be like, you're right.
Yeah.
And that was it for like 4 or 5 days. We just did not have a single... that was great. And even but those things didn't make the cut, obviously, but also like my chat with Tyra, we just had a really great conversation in the secret garden thing. It's called secret garden. And that would have been cute to see. Like I'd have loved to see like more of the friendships as well. Like me, Blessing, Renee, we had really good like friendship in there, and I just would have loved to see more of that.
Harry goes for most of the girls.
Yeah, absolutely.
We and I think we're all so united, and like even since the show coming out, I feel like we're all the strongest that we've ever been.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Always texting on a group chat, like since the show's been out. Before that as well, but when the show was out, we were all checking in on each other.
We all backed each other a lot.
Yeah.
And like we would like equal the support systems.
Yeah, it's very wholesome.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think friendships, I think that lacked a lot this season. Everyone was shocked, like obviously when people were asking me who was I most like close with in the Masseria, and it was Ebony and Tyra. And everyone was like, what? Like we never, I don't think there's one conversation of me speaking with Tyra or Ebony. So I do think like that lacked this year, because obviously I know it's a dating show, but like the friendships that we've formed since have been such a big part of, you know, going on there. And like I do wish they'd shown that.
Yeah.
Do you guys think you got a fair edit?
Yeah, do you know what? I actually can't complain, because I think my edit could have been a bit worse to start with. Like, because I remember leaving. No, genuinely, I was
like, tell me more. Don't be shy.
No, when I was like on the plane back, I was like, oh my God.
You should know she's spiraling down for miles, like,
like
just spiraling for months and months. I was reassuring her like literally so many times.
Yeah, but no, so I can't complain. I'm quite happy with my.
They made me look like a decent person.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I wouldn't lie. Like, it does in some of the conversations. It's very much looking like, so, like who I think it was Nikita and even Faye. They were complimenting me, and I was just like, and I just don't give anything back. But I was like, no, I was giving back, and I feel like it may seem that like I think
very nonchalant.
Yeah, very nonchalant, a bit boring. Like I think I'm very different in person.
I won't be boring. I think calm.
Yeah, calm. Yeah, okay, yeah.
You're very calm energy.
Sweet.
I was like, what about you? No, I'm happy with my edit.
You both came across really well. I'm wondering whether that's what you thought, or whether you feel like you're still...
I think watching it, I would say that is like a good depiction of my character. Like I feel like I'm happy with it, and like I think it's been nice watching it back, because when it's yourself, I don't realise how much I handle things like with grace, because obviously when I'm in there, like my brain felt so loud and so like rah rah rah. So it has
I'd imagine you lose memory of chunks as well. So then you're like, what did I do here? What did I do there?
Yeah.
I get it when I film, and that's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like I go home and I never remember what I've said.
Yeah. There's a lot of that, and I was like, I could remember like some things here and there, but people will be talking about it. Then that's what I'll remember. Like, or when you would bring up something, I was like, that happened. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what, I wish they put it in the talent show. We did a talent show. No, Rose, it was incredible.
It was the best thing.
You would have loved it.
I was so excited about that.
You would have loved it. Break dancing involved. You've got choreography involved. You would have loved it.
What did you do?
I taught everyone how to flirt in Welsh, and I made like who did I make you flirt? Was it Blessing?
Yeah.
And I made them like hold hands and like tell them like, you know, that this, you know, you're so beautiful, like in Welsh.
Eyes and stuff.
Yeah, I was like look into each other's eyes, flirt in Welsh, and then I taught everyone how to say the longest town in Wales,
which is.
Go on.
Okay.
Let me get the words out. Go on.
Okay. Llan bair pwy gwyn go gerwch wy'n drobo llan disilio go goch.
Well done.
Hey. Need some practice on that.
I remember when I was doing it, you were literally like this, like, and you were really
Say that again. I was really trying to give it a go.
Yeah.
And
Sad.
I did a dance with Blessing and Lindsay, and she was like rapping and singing, and we were her backup dancers.
What was she
And-
singing?
Well, she was just rapping her own lyrics to something. Like,
Off the door from the
yeah, we picked her up. Like we were mass dancers, so we were doing all very girly dances. But we then picked her up at one point, and I know.
Why did they scrap that, man?
No, I think that was good.
Even
Good
Katie
timing.
and Pippa had like a rap, and they were like violating everyone. It was so good. Yes,
Their rap was incredible. Oh my god, we need to get them to redo that.
What like Caleb? I forgot Caleb. That was their name. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
No, Kalipa.
Caleb. Yeah. Caleb. Yeah.
It was incredible. That was my favourite night.
Yeah, I'm so sad it didn't. Yeah, same. Yeah,
I was crying laughing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like the audience has got to think if that wasn't shown, what else wasn't shown?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot. There's
And that was a big part. That was one whole night.
Yeah, it was really.
It was like I was wearing the shirt and I realised there's no clips of us having chats
No.
in those outfits.
Yeah, it was sad because it was when like the girls had left.
Yeah.
So we needed
Yeah.
something to pick our energy back up, and that was. Yeah.
I remember crying, having a vape bit like off camera, and then the producers came there. How do you feel about doing a talent show? I was like, no. I was like, I'll be the judge. They were like, why don't you do some Welsh? I was like, okay. That's so funny.
Yeah, when they left, she was. Yeah, you were.
And
pulling
he
your
did
eyes
in a
out.
contract. Yeah.
Is that because you had to choose? That the time you had to choose?
No, as in when the five were
Oh,
done.
no, that was big. That was
I was
big.
hysterics. I was Kim Kardashian crying. It got to the point where Elise had to turn to me and go, Elisha, you were going to see them in 4 days.
Yeah, like, they're not getting taken out the back and
But
shot.
but in there, like, I was literally like, I'm never going to see them again. I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
And Elise was like, you are going to see them in 4 days. And I went, actually, you're right. I was like, fine then.
Yeah.
I was falling my eyes out.
I came over and I was just like, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
She was literally bawling her eyes out.
Yeah, they cut it out because I was crying that bad. It was in the
Yeah.
preview of the episodes, of the trailer.
Oh, really? Was it?
Yeah, and then they cut it out because I was sobbing.
Yeah, and then I came over and I was just like, you're right. And they stopped crying. I was like,
Yeah.
good.
Oh no, that crying was with the Wish You Well
No, it wasn't.
with my mum.
No, it wasn't.
I swear it was.
No.
A lot of crying off camera.
Mm.
Yeah, I was bawling my eyes out.
I don't cry, and I was so telling everyone, I was like, I never cry, and then the first kiss off I was bawling my eyes out, and then after that, like
It's
3 other
emotion,
times,
yeah.
I was just
Yeah, but emotions are heightened.
But it's not even like
Yeah.
crying in a sad way. Like I never cry either, and I went in being like, I'm not going to be emotional. But I think it's because I'm such an empath that like every time someone was dumped, I was crying because I was thinking like it is so scary standing up there with all the lights on you, all the cameras, expressing how you feel like in front of everyone. And I think I was feeling for them.
Yeah.
their journeys be over and all the other things.
Yeah.
And obviously, you had quite a nice journey in there, so it's like
Yeah.
to come in and not find that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And it's like we've all bonded because we've all done the auditions, we've all done this long process, we've all done the isolation and the worry. So it's like that coming to an end, watching that is so like upsetting.
Yeah, it was sad.
Yeah.
Very upset. I think at that point I was actually quite numb because I'd been so upset the whole.
You were numb and you were
and it's just
After Wish You Well, I was done.
done.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. That would have finished me up. I cried watching that. Anything to do with family though, just because I know that if I was away from my mum and I was having to navigate situations without talking to her, I know that communication would have definitely brought something out of me. So I was just like,
I cried when I saw my sister.
Yeah.
I was literally bawling my eyes out.
I always cry at Love Island as well. Do you know, like
Do you?
when the family got anything to do with family.
Yeah. I literally had, when it was the Wish You Well, obviously I'd been missing my mother the whole time. And obviously when they were reading it out and they were like, oh, this is these letters from your family, I was convinced it was going to obviously be my mum. And I was like, I really need like words from her right now. And I opened it and it was my cousin and I was like, love you, Libby, but I like really needed a message from my mum. And like I remember like that day, like how awful was my cry, because like obviously I'm going through a process of like being diagnosed with OCD, and that day obviously when I didn't see that when I saw there wasn't my mum on the letter, my intrusive thoughts, I'd convinced myself my mum had died. And I remember bawling my eyes out, and I was like, you need to let me speak to my mum, you need to. And they were like, you can't, because like obviously at the time like I wasn't sure there was an intrusive thought, so like that wasn't like, I wasn't saying like, look, I'm being diagnosed with like OCD or like go through the process. So they just said like, look, we can't let you speak to your mum. And I think then, like, I was like crying so much. Obviously, I went into the bedroom. When you see in the trailer, there's a part that I'm crying. That's actually like me by myself. Like, everyone was out having dinner, weren't they?
Yeah.
And I went to the bedroom and I was just like bawling my eyes out. And I literally said, I'm gonna have to go home. And they came in then, the top execs came in and they said they confirmed that my mum was coming out to the final, because I was convinced that she was dead, and they were like, no, I can't confirm, like, your mum's flight's a book, she's safe, she's alive, she's well. And I think the next episode then, I'm barely in it because I was so exhausted that I slept all day. Yeah, I was literally barely in the next episode.
That's hard though. That is hard. And it's interesting they don't let you speak to family, because it's not like they're watching it live. It's not like they could say, by the way, this has happened or that's happened, like a small little check-in, you know. But I suppose it's TV, and obviously to do it for one, you've got to do it for the rest.
And
That's what I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, and it's also to add, like, probably because, like, we, you know, your son, everything's heightened, your emotions.
They don't want someone to bring you down.
Yeah.
They don't want someone to wrestle you.
They want the
And I don't think they were doing it in like a malicious way, saying like, don't speak to your mum, because obviously if this was now and I went in, I would be like, look, I'm going through a process of being diagnosed with OCD, like, for my mental health, like, I need to speak to her. But I think obviously at the time, like, obviously it was like anxiety, but they just thought like maybe I needed like home comfort, so they were like, we can't let you speak. And I was like, is she alive? But they did confirm she was coming to the final, so that was like their like good doing. I was like, I can breathe now.
So I've got to ask, obviously, when the show's coming out, you're not allowed to confirm whether you're seeing anyone from the show or not from the show or whatever. You've got to keep that a secret because you don't want to ruin the outcome. Was there almost like a dread or a pressure when you had so many people asking, are you and Elise still together? When you knew that you weren't, but you couldn't confirm that you weren't, but you knew everyone was waiting, like, did it work out?
Yeah, it was a lot. There was like a big pressure, especially because like we didn't last that long either. So like, you know, if people saying like, can you explain, can you like say your story? Like, I was feeling so much pressure. But I do think the way we went about it was lovely, and like, you know, we said, you know, it's all good terms, that we're friends. There's a lot, and obviously the amount of TikToks that like there's hundreds of comments saying like people are like distraught. I think I've had some people I've had some messages saying I've ruined people's days. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, honestly, flooded
my day as well.
Yeah. Literally, like, I had to relive all of this. But yeah, there was a big pressure. But I think, like, it fizzled quite quick. So I think obviously after the final.
Was it like a pop balloon moment in the sense of, like, all that pressure built up, and then when you were finally able to confirm, by the way, guys, it didn't work out, it was like, everyone knows now.
Yeah, I was like, it's fine, it's out. And especially like in the watch parties, like when I was going to the watch party.
So was that the first time you were watching those episodes back?
No, I'd already watched them 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there thinking, imagine if you got like a bad headache and you were like, everyone, let's you watch it. There's like 100 people looking at you
like slowly crawl your way out, and you're like,
I would have thought that we got to watch the episodes like before they were released to the public, but we watched it with everyone, technically, as in like,
we watched them same time.
Yeah. We just wake up early to watch them. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was seeing people look at me whenever me and Elise would interact like on an episode. People were looking at me to see what
see if you were like sitting there like,
and I would just or like smiling and then trying to like clock on.
Yeah.
But I've been shipped with like everyone. I think that's why, like, I don't know, like coming out, the amount of messages. Oh my god, we shipped with like cats.
Yeah, literally,
crazy.
It's all of them.
Yeah, I take I take one selfie with someone, they're like, oh my god, they're together. Or like I repost someone's TikTok, like Alicia's reposted, they're together. I'm like, I've reposted all like our contact. Yeah. Spreading the word.
So you mentioned that you obviously it was quite fast. How fast was it that you guys went your separate ways?
It was quite fast. I wouldn't go in, like, I'm not going to go into like exact timelines, only because it's not in my character to like feel hate towards someone. And obviously it was very, very fast, and I was quite shocked by it. Even though coming from it, I would say I was hurt. But within the same breath, I do think after all of this time passing, reflecting back, I am glad that, you know, that it has ended amicable. And I think we are two completely different people. So I think even if we did give it a good shot, I don't know, once we came out, obviously, I just don't think we were, just like, that's so compatible. Yeah, compatible. Works, doesn't it? Yeah.
I think as well, sometimes it's nice to, in the nicest way possible, it's nice to call time on something while you can still make it amicable, because sometimes you go past that line and it's just not possible.
And I did have a lot of time. Like I've had a lot of time to heal and like process it, and like, but it was hard watching it back. Like, don't get me wrong. Like bringing that all back to light again after so long, it was hard. But I think, you know, it's life, innit?
It is life, and I think obviously people saying that you ruined their days and that people get so invested, but things don't work out. Like my God, like I've been single 4 years. I've dated, I don't know, like I've dated some girls like quite close together, then I've dated like other ones. Like sometimes it doesn't work out. Like, we are allowed to get to know people, and then it doesn't work. Like it's not as big a deal as everyone makes it out.
And I can understand why people would like cling to it, because obviously we were matched from like basically the whole series, so people have watched,
and it was a nice connection. It was like,
yeah,
I don't think anything with you guys was forced. It was a nice connection to watch unfold, but it's also nice to savour some sort of relationship, because naturally you're in a cast together. There's going to be times you're going to be together. There's going to be time, and not only that, like now you share mutual friends. If you don't want to put anyone in the middle, and things don't work out because they don't work out sometimes. And
I feel everything happens for a reason. So like, even if I wouldn't change anything, I wouldn't change my experience with Elise, I wouldn't change the aftermath, because I truly believe it has all happened for a reason. And like obviously after all this time passing, like now I look back and I think, we weren't compatible at all. So like I'm not, I feel like I'm healed.
You're massive.
I'm a new woman.
Maybe that delay happened for a reason, universally, you know.
I had a lot of time to process everything, but
Final question before the game. You can answer as much or as little as you want. How's your love lasting since leaving?
You wait for me. I'm single now. Okay. I like being single. Life's busy. I'm focusing on me. I'm healed, so I'm in a good place at the minute. How's your love life been, Sal?
My love life been? Well, I was seeing someone after the show for a little bit. May or may not have been in the show. We could have talked about it.
We can.
Yeah. Okay. Well, me and Elisha were seeing each other a little bit after the show. But you know, we decided to be friends after kind of figure things out, and you know, it ended, but we're still we're
literally besties. You're getting rid of me. We're literally best friends.
Yes, exactly. So no, it's like, you know, I think because we were also like friends as well, so then we're going to try and go into that. And
it was so innocent.
Yeah.
And like honestly, when I look back, like we were just like, we're friends. But do we fancy?
Yeah, it was.
And we got so shy about it, didn't we?
Because we were very confused. And we're like, what's this? How do we navigate
this? What is this?
Yeah, and yeah.
But it ended very well. It was like just the distance. And we were like ship sailing in the night with your sleep pattern.
Yeah.
Needs to be studied.
It's crazy.
And again, are you nocturnal like me?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Very nocturnal, yeah.
Love that.
And she'd like, I'd be like...
Got someone to talk to about molding at 3 a.m.
Yeah, like I'd send her a TikTok and she'd be like, why did you send that at 5 a.m? I was like, well...
No, but I would wake up...
You could do. You're probably having 3 calls meal at that time.
We're all not okay. But I would be getting up work like 6 o'clock in the morning, and Almayra would be like still awake, and she'd be like, "Oh hey, like have a nice shift," and then like you'd sleep all day.
Yeah.
And then like in the night, then you would be full of energy, and I would be like, I'm shattered. Like
it was like always changing. Like when she was tired, I was energy. When I was tired, she was energy.
Yeah. So it was just like it was nothing bad.
Yeah, nothing bad. Yeah.
And it's so nice we can be besties after.
Yeah, and then
Run it back.
Yeah, basically me, and I've also like talked to her about this, so I know that I can talk about it because I want to be respectful. But me and Kaylee also like ran it back, like after some time, and unfortunately that came to an end. But I have so much like respect for Kenny. We do have that for each other. We have a lot of love for each other, a lot of care for each other, and our main thing was like, obviously we had what we had on the show, and then when we came out, we were just built a solid friendship. So we're still like maintaining that because that's what's more important to us. You know what I mean? Value that. So yeah, like now we're friends, and I just have so much love for her, and I wouldn't want to like lose her in any way. So we've like just really like just wanted to like protect that friendship, you know. So
You guys have been through something big together.
yeah,
And I think the only people that will know what that's like is the guys that are people that are in the cast.
yeah,
So it's nice that you guys can, and even you two, like seeing your friendship off camera and stuff like that. It's nice that you can savor some sort of connection and bond, because just because you connect with someone doesn't always mean that it's romantic. Like, you can explore it and then come back.
yeah. Like I don't think there's any harm in exploring it. Like
No.
I think it's just part of that human experience. Like
Yeah.
I'm like happy, even if it like, let's say it didn't last long. I think it's still like nice that we tried to see where that was. Yeah, it was there. Like if we were feeling a type of way. I hate the whole what if this was to happen. I want to like see that through, and then
I always think like you won't regret going for it, but you will always regret not going for it.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Yes.
See it. So both single at the minute.
Yeah, like no, look, this is my thing. I'm actually, I know I've just gone and told you everything about who I was dating, but I'm actually just very private about whether I'm seeing someone or not. So like, I'm unavailable, but that doesn't mean I'm single, but that also doesn't mean I'm not single. That's just more like, don't worry about it.
Yes. I'm so single. I'm so happy. I could be. I might not. I might. Who knows? I'm unavailable, but unavailable. I'm not telling you why.
God, don't worry about it.
5 seconds ago. Yeah, I'm literally so single. Oh, let the mask slip.
Yeah, if like I've always been like that though, very private. Yeah, like I don't know. I think it's because I also want to protect that like side of things. I'm someone who doesn't put a lot of trust into people anyways, so I feel like I've seen something that I've been so proud of, like as in terms of like my whatever relationship I was in, or just like, you know, really showing it off, and I've seen that like big, you know, get ruined because it's been so out there, and you know, people's evil eye, all of this and that. So I'm now very private about that, and only my loved ones and like people around me know if I'm dating someone or not. That's just how
it's nice to have private life.
Yeah.
Ants, what is it? Ants only ruin unwrapped candy. I've never used that in my life. So it's basically like if you keep something wrapped and sacred, then it's only when you expose that you get all the infestation.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
So yeah, I'm very much like that. If I'm seeing someone, it's very private.
Do you find that people get annoyed with that when you're very private?
Yeah, because I think you're hiding them.
Yes, and that's not the case.
And it's not
the case at all.
Because the reason I do it, before the pod, I would be as open as I wanted to be, but basically I was in a relationship when we made the pod, when we first made it, so naturally my Instagram, she was all over it and whatever, because we, you know, whatever. And then when we went viral, she got like an influx of like loads of hate, and she was like a very private person, and that was the last relationship I was in, like over 3 years ago now. But seeing what that did, like I just personally wouldn't.
I do think like with the show coming out, like obviously, like if I was to ever get in a relationship, I probably would be a bit more private with it.
Also depends on them, like if they're in the public eye or whatever, or like if they're like a bit more private, or
those conversations need to be had. Like I always want to be able to compromise a little bit, like if they really feel like it's a thing where they're not feeling valued and stuff, and I'm like, you know, I want to give them the reassurance that they need.
You can post a picture without their face.
Yeah, like I do little subtle ones, and I do those. Like I was like, I can do that. Yeah, that's
No, I'm very much the same.
Yeah.
So then like
and then a little hand, like snap your hand, and I'm like, don't tag him, I might get that stuff.
aloof. I love that word.
Yeah.
So the game's called Who, right? So I'm going to give you scenarios. You've got to pick someone from the cast to best fit that scenario. Okay? Which cast member would you not want to date your daughter?
Let me think. Well, I don't know. Like, I feel like everyone has their own good traits and stuff, you know? Some of them not so much, but I know it's really good. I don't know. I actually can't really fully pick someone, I don't think.
All got good traits?
Huh?
All got good traits.
Yeah.
Very diplomatic. Who out of the cast?
Yeah.
Who out of the cast would be the best partner?
Josie.
I see it.
When she speaks, and Sophie, I think. When Sophie speaks sometimes, she articulates herself very well.
Pippa as well.
Yeah.
I see it too.
This is everyone.
Yeah.
No, okay, I vote Josie then. My one goal is going to be Josie.
I vote Pippa.
Who would you trust with a secret?
Tyra.
Oh, I was going to say you. No matter.
Actually, okay, you. I did tell you everything. You don't know myself.
And Pippa and Kaylee and Nikita.
No, you got to pick one.
Oh, one
Not
of
half the cast.
yeah, go on, Elisha.
Yay.
So yours.
Yeah.
Okay, calm.
No, I do tell you everything.
Yeah, she literally tells me everything anyway.
I do. I give you every thought that comes up.
Wow.
Who do you think had the best chat?
Ebony.
Really?
Yeah.
Ebony never chatted me up,
I
but
spoke-
I
I know,
from afar.
I spoke to Ebony the first night, and I had to dead it off because I ended up going on dates. Yeah, that wasn't true.
Yeah,
Ebony has a really good chat.
She's got good chat.
It's the Geordie banter.
Yeah,
It's
like
very
very.
lovely.
When I was in there, I just found Ebony so attractive. I was like, she's so fine.
Looking good.
Yeah, and just like charisma and stuff. Yeah,
We love Ebony.
Ebony, yeah.
Who would you trust to babysit your kid?
Sophie,
Tyra.
Oh, okay.
yeah, Sophie.
No, I trust Tyra with my kids. When I have them, I'll probably be dropping them off to her the weekend.
Oh, it's just so cute. I think Sophie's very trusting personally.
I don't think we saw enough of her.
Yeah, we did.
Justice for Sophie.
You should. Yeah, honestly, like even outside, getting to know her properly, like she's the coolest person. She literally like makes rings and stuff, and she serves.
so cool.
She's so cool. Like, yeah, very cool
And I love her
person.
vlogs.
Yeah.
Who shocked you when filming started? Like, if you looked at them, who then shocked you what they're like?
Ebony. Okay,
Yeah.
because when you look at Ebony, she looks so masked and she's, dressed so masked. She is the biggest.
She is a dirty pop.
Oh, you'll ever meet her. She literally is such a good.
I had a phone call with her back in Jan, I think it was, and she was girly.
Yeah,
Girly,
she's
yeah.
so girly pop. There's nothing masked for Ebony.
Yeah, I'm gonna like that for me, but I'm gonna change my answers. Keep it more interesting. Yours wasn't too. I would probably say Renee, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, because and also like I've seen Renee through socials before going in, so that's someone I kind of knew. But I think just seeing how they were, and they're just so like Renee's so cute. She's so sweet.
Yeah.
I think seeing
That is true.
Yeah, like and the way and like low key, like deep down she was a lover girl, and I just didn't expect that.
I'm very emotionally.
Very emotionally intelligent, and I feel like if anyone was in there apart from like Blessing, who I could go to was Renee, because she has so much wisdom. I feel like that carries a lot of wisdom.
100%.
Yeah.
Who do you think the public misunderstood the most?
Misunderstood. Imogen.
Okay.
I think Imogen.
That's an interesting pick.
Yeah, because I know she can come across as quite feisty, and obviously there was a lot of drama involved in Imogen. But she is such a lover girl, and she is so kind. She has got she's got such a big heart, and she is a very caring person. So I do think I would say Imogen's quite misunderstood. She is obviously when she won the drama queen one, she's like, I'm not drama queen, I'm just passionate. She is, and I think she had such a big growth journey on the show as well. And when you see her at the start, she's like, I don't want you to speak to her. And at the end, she's like, I own it. I should have let you explore, or you weren't doing anything wrong. And I think she was very misunderstood. And we love Imogen.
I would say Nikita, because I feel like Nikita, especially in the earlier episodes, just people would always say silly things like, she's not there to be serious and stuff.
Because she got to know everyone. They did that edit where they cut her chats really fast, as if everyone else wasn't doing the same thing.
Yes, exactly. And I was like, she's literally doing what everyone else is doing, but it's just hers is getting spotlight. She has it in the spotlight, and
That's really
and I just feel like in that sense she was very misunderstood, because there's so much depth to her as well, and I feel like it just made out that she isn't serious and stuff, but she very much is. So Nikita.
And now look at her.
Yes.
All this time. With her back.
Yes.
That's nice to see.
She found her love.
Yeah.
Who'd you say is be a sweetheart?
I'd say Kaylee, because I think she's got a really big heart. Very I think it takes time to get to see that side, but I'd say.
I think Tyra. I think she needed more airtime.
Again, I don't feel like I saw enough of her.
She needed. Tyra is the biggest sweetheart ever. So kind, so caring. If I ever need anything, actually, the other day I did call her to show her a funny TikTok. She didn't answer, and I was like, I could be in a hall right now, and you didn't answer. Most of the time, she does answer the phone, and she's always there for therapy, and I think she's
Everyone, I can't let everyone knows. If I could give the answer, I'd hope one over the other one. But no.
Yeah,
Don't see.
we're a good batch.
Yeah.
Who do you think's the most chaotic?
Ebony. Ebony, like
I get that.
Yeah,
I get that. She loves a party.
Yeah.
She's out there.
yeah.
Let's party.
I'd say that. No, and I don't mean that in a rude way. Like she
No, no,
is
no.
very
She wouldn't take
chaotic.
that.
Yeah. I'd say very big energy. What about you?
Well, probably Elise, not in a bad way, but as in like obviously there's so much that went on in the season. So if I go off that, it does come across as quite chaotic, but it's not in a bad way.
That's fair.
Yeah, so a lot of love there.
Who would you want as your wing woman on a night out?
Ooh, I'm
No,
stuck
because it wouldn't be
between
you, because
two.
we send TikToks of each other, of
Oh,
fit
yeah.
girls, and we, like as in, I send you girls that I think are your type, and you always tell me no. So I don't think
That's
vice
so
versa.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think that would work.
I'm like, girl. No, not you. I'm stuck between two. It's either Pippa or Blessing.
It's
Yeah, they're like Pippa actually, because Pippa has helped me like.
Oh,
yeah, me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
sweet.
Pippa's
Pippa
really.
wing woman.
Yeah.
Us, yeah.
Yeah.
Who gives the best advice?
Blessing for me, like in the show, I'd always go to Blessing for everything, like, and Blessing would come to me, but I just Blessing, very wise beyond her years, I think. Just Blessing.
I think it's with you and Tyra.
Really,
I give you so much advice as well.
you do. Sorry, and Elisha. Sorry, you. Yeah.
No worries. Hours of my precious time giving you therapy.
Oh,
Say Lord bless it, Lord.
is it? I was split.
Blessing. Stop that. Like time advice. You or Tyra?
It's okay. Go on.
No equal.
Oh, okay.
I crash out to you and Tyra equally, and you do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
She's crashing out. She's trying to get your type right.
Yeah. I'm like, what was your topic? Right, I got you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who would you call in an emergency?
you. You always answer the phone.
I do.
You do always answer the phone. Because even if Myra's doing something, she'll call and she'll say, "Oh, I'm just here. I'll call you back."
Right.
Do you get my gist? So she
Yeah.
she could be out, but you will
call.
I'm the worst texter, but I'm really good at calls.
Yeah. Or if you're in somewhere where you can't like if you're in a cinema and you can see the call, you'll be like, "I'm just in the cinema."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you also
say,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think in emergency, like most likely you would answer.
Yeah, to be honest, like, cause I'd say you as well.
What about, you complained about my do not disturb. I found it got do not disturb steal.
It's literally like,
Yeah, it's
like a
my
million times. I'm like,
emergency.
never mind. Okay, yeah, not you. I would call Pippa. Yeah, Pippa. I'm very close with Pippa, and I trust Pippa with a lot of stuff. So I'd definitely emergency straight to Pippa.
I feel like they'd be really good in one as well.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah,
I see that.
yeah.
That would have been my pick.
Really,
Was
Pippa?
it?
Yes.
I love if you haven't asked them back to you at all.
I wasn't there, love.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, true. Stop.
I don't know them. I thought you and I still met you. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. Who do you think was the funniest?
Renee. Renee is so
We didn't
funny.
say enough of that in that case.
No, you didn't. Like, Renee was just cracking me up. Like, I could just watch Renee for like hours literally has TV. She's so funny.
I think Ebony. How
Yeah.
hilarious was Ebony?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Ebony and Elise, I think, are on par because they did have a little bromance in there, didn't they?
Yes.
Like they were like yin and yang. How do you say that?
Yin and yang.
That
Yeah. You get very good.
they were literally like that. Like they bounce off each other.
Yes.
So I would say them too.
Final one. Who would you bring home to get your mum's approval?
Ebony, 'cause she literally is obsessed with Ebony. They message all the time.
Really?
Yeah. And I have the logins to my mum's Instagram, and I literally go on, and everybody's like, "Hi, I miss you. When am I coming to Wales?"
Before they post that.
And I'll reply being like, "Stop texting my mother." Literally, so when you come down for breakfast, they're obsessed with each other all the time. My mum will call me, be, "How's Ebony? Like, she hasn't replied to me. Like, oh, she's gorgeous, Ebony." I'm like, "I know." Loves Ebony.
Yeah, I'm not saying this to be messy, but I would say Kaylee just because
That's
she has,
messy?
she's she has, before,
Twice.
yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
I had a great time.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
You were nervous.
Yeah, shit myself.
Yeah.
I'm fine now.
You called me like, was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? You called me. I was
yeah.
like, oh, that was just so nervous. I was-
No.
Justin.
Yeah, I warmed up now. It's fine.
No, good.
It's not scary.
No. When I first came in, I was shitting myself.
Is it?
The lights. I got to do really bad bright lights, but it's fine.
Yeah, you've made it very comforting, like very, thank you.
Natural.
Right, well, it didn't feel natural because I hadn't got Elle.
Oh yeah, I can't pick.
Elle was at my. This is the first time that I've ever done anything about Elle. Yeah,
So
Elle
is it
was
weird not
always.
having that, like,
Yeah, so weird. Like Elle was always to the left of me. Always. Yeah, she's like my comfort blanket, so it feels weird. I'll not be in it. Yeah, you would have got booed a lot more if she was.
would that? Oh,
I can imagine.
So we'd bounce off each other. We'll have to put a date in a diary to.
George, that's just a bullying session. I refuse. I opt out.
Oh no, it's fine. I wasn't inviting you. We'll have
I got you.
Right, you're walking home.
Thank you very much for coming on, guys. Yeah, don't worry. You can come stay around one.